and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
Parenting is hard. Technology can make it harder. The Family Media Plan developed by the American Academy of Pediatrics helps make it easier. Go to healthychildren.org/media plan today to create the media plan that's right for your family.
Not sure what to get him this holiday? You can't go wrong with a gift from Untuck It. Every guy wants to unwrap our best-selling, wrinkle-free, and performance styles. From polished shirts for holiday parties to cozy layers for family photos, you'll find everything he needs to look sharp and feel comfortable all day and night. So, get a head start on your holiday gift list. Early holiday sale happening now. Find the perfect gift for everyone on your list at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores worldwide. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn. Untucked.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Lots of sunshine for us out there this afternoon. That will allow our highs to warm into the upper 60s. Mid-40s under clear skies tonight and even warmer over the weekend. It'll be gorgeous. Highs in the mid to upper 70s Saturday and Sunday with dry and sunny conditions.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb and Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 3 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones down 149 points to 47,308.
Off the back iron. Oh, Wilson comes soaring in.
Copeland jabs on him a couple of times. Step back three-pointer, left corner, swish.
Kicks it out, Boozer open. Right corner for three. Bang!
Gio slings it. The defender fell down. And Jordan Shipp is off to the races.
Smith's at a throw. Wide open. Hazley. Touchdown.
Hands to Dowdle. Finds a hole. Right side. Rico.
There's a chance. Miller. Hands up. Stankoff and scores.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for starting your weekend with us. I'm Tim Donnelly. Dennis Cox producing the show. And we got a good one for you. This is bar none. Like, no exaggeration. I know occasionally I am prone to hyperbole. One of the busiest one of the busiest sports weekends for the state of North Carolina. And we're going to try to take you through it all, get you ready for it all. And to start doing just that, we'll get to the big 3 at 3.
Number 1.
Canes have a couple this weekend. Tonight versus Vancouver, 7 o'clock. Tomorrow versus Edmonton, 7 o'clock, both p.m., obviously. You can hear them both right here on 99.9 The Fan. You can hear the Storm Watch. You can hear all of it. 99.9 The Fan as well as the 99.9 The Fan app. If there is, I call it nuts and bolts. If there is, like, tangible news going into these games, it does appear as if there's going to be some defensive pairing shakeups. The way they've been skating at practice and morning skate the last 2 days, Gostisbehere and Walker up there at the top line, or top pair, I should say. Miller, Nystrom, so the very talented Keandre Miller getting paired with the rookie, and then Nikishin and Riley on that next pairing. Obviously, the 1, 2, and 3 can be moved around very fluidly, but I do find it interesting that Rod sees the opportunity and or necessity to try out some new guys on the blue line, right? In a world where, and by the way, it's not trying out new guys, it's trying out new pairings. In a world where they have had to try out a lot of new guys, right? They have had to by necessity, through injury and default, they've had to skate so many different groupings, so many different pairings, so many different people. Seems like if you had the same guys coming back game to game, you could finally go, all right, stability. And Rod's like, actually, no, let's change them up. Let's have you skate with someone else by choice this time. Rod Brindamore spoke to the media about it, and this is exactly what he said.
No, not really. I mean, I think that's shuffled around every game. So I don't know. That's always an ongoing kind of process right now.
I don't want him to feel stable. Just gonna set him up for more shaking up when they get when Slavin gets back or Chatfield gets back. So let's pretend every day you have to skate with someone new. I mean, I know it's not that jokey, but again, they're still in the information gathering part of the season. Obviously, Nystrom brand new, but Alexander Nikishin still brand new. Right? It feels like a veteran, but we don't know everything about him. We don't know who he skates best with. We don't. Gostisbehere just came back. Obviously, Walker Gostisbehere. Now you have a super veteran pairing that maybe you trust with some superstars coming up this little run here.
I mean, those guys skated together pretty much all last season.
Exactly. Like now you have. Again, it sounds crazy because it's like Mike Riley and Nikishin. Me and those guys go way back, but especially as a pairing, you really don't. Gostisbehere Walker, the I don't want to say it's a negative, but it is one of the quirks. Quirks is the wrong word, but it's something about Rod Brindamore that sometimes gets poked fun at, which is the guy trusts his vets, right? Sometimes he's a little reluctant to turn over as many responsibilities to the young guys, although this year I think he's proven a lot of that to be incorrect. But Gostisbehere Walker is like an old school, I know what those guys are going to do. We can skate them a bunch of minutes. They'll be fine. Keandre Miller's looking for a bounce back. Didn't have the best game his last time out, but it's a long hockey season. I'm not worried about it. That's number one. Let's get to number two.
Number two.
Panthers, Falcons in Atlanta. Sunday at 1, of course, right? Seems the Panthers only play in the 1 o'clock Sunday window, it seems. Here's the way I look at this game. There's going to be the Bryce Young talk, and the bar is impossibly low. I was in a, this is old school of me, right? I haven't done this one in a while. Got in probably a 15 tweet back and forth with a Panther fan the other day. And we're going back and forth, and he was leaning on Bryce Young is a winner, right? He's 5-4 this year. What? And I was going into the stat thing, and at the end, right, we agreed to disagree. I actually thought it was a respectful back and forth, and we at the end did say, like, you're not changing my mind, I'm not changing yours. His final parting words were, I really hope he throws for 200 yards this weekend so everybody can just be happy. And I was like, that's the issue right there. It only takes 200 yards to make everybody happy, and he's not even getting close. The bar is so low.
Just 200?
I wish he would just – it was almost as if he was saying, like, I wish he'd throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns so everybody could be happy. But he said, I just hope he could throw for 200 yards so everybody would shut their mouths and be happy. And I'm going, that's all it takes. Just no horrendous turnovers and occasionally throw for 200 yards. Like, the Panthers want to like this guy. Panthers fans want to be in. They want to believe. You got to give them a morsel. Right? It's the running back who's like, as long as I'm not hit 2 yards in the backfield, I'll be effective. I'll gain yards. We'll pick up first downs. Offensive line, just let me get to the line of scrimmage. I'm looking at Bryce going, just 180, no turnovers. Can we do that? 180 yards, no turnovers. Can we do that? The bar is very low. And by the way, against the Falcons last time, you won 30-0. The previous time Bryce Young played against the Falcons, he accounted for 5 touchdowns? Maybe this is one of those games where he looks aside and he goes, that funny bird on the helmet, it just makes me feel good. We win against this team. Bryce has 11 wins. 4 of them against the Falcons. That's in his career. 11 wins. He's 11-26, something like that. He has 4 wins against the Falcons in 5 tries. Maybe this is a get back game for him, just by the nature of he plays well against Atlanta for whatever reason.
Well, the first game this season, he threw for 121.
But I will say
he didn't have to do anything.
That was a game where just let Atlanta give it to you.
Yeah.
Just get out of their way, let them shoot themselves in the foot, which ironically is how people play the Panthers sometimes.
Imagine that.
That is number 2. Let's round out the big 3 at 3 with number 3.
Number 3.
Let's start on the football side of things. College sports weekend is busy. We have UNC at Wake Forest football tomorrow at 4:30. I'm just going to let you know right now. If you are a high school defensive coordinator, this is going to be your game. Everybody else, maybe not the entertainment factor you're looking for. This is one of the 2 or 3 worst offenses, or 2 of the 3 or 4 worst offenses in the ACC, statistically, against, over the last month, 6 weeks, 2 of the 3 or 4 best defenses in the ACC. You know what that adds up to? Punts.
Yeah.
You know what that adds up to? Not the most entertaining game in the world, but you know, Wake has won 4 of their last 5. UNC's won their last 2. It was a hair away from winning the previous 2. Something's going to have to give.
I don't know. This game might take either 2 hours and 15 minutes, or you never know. It might be a shootout just because, like, you know what? No one saw it coming. 41-40.
After my big monologue, it's gonna Gio Lopez throwing for 400 yards.
Yeah, but they're going to be like pick sixes and punt returns for touchdowns. That's what the scores are going to be.
Could be one of those. NC State at Miami tomorrow at 3:30. Was that Georgia Tech real game for NC State? Was that Georgia Tech real game for C.J. Bailey? Right? It's great to know what you can do. Now, how consistently can you do it, right? We've seen what that NC State offense can do. Can they do it against a team with better athletes? No disrespect to Georgia Tech, but Miami recruits a little different. And then Duke hosting number 19 Virginia tomorrow at 3:30. Duke football, guess what? Your playoffs start this week. You got your last free loss to UConn last week. This one, it counts. If you lose, your dreams are shattered. No ACC championship, no loftier dreams, right? Like the things that your potential says you could do, you have to win this one. And then you have to win everyone from here on out. You're in the playoffs. Except if you lose, you still get to play a couple games. But it's if you lose, you're eliminated from the dreams that you've set. On the basketball side of things, Indiana State at number 4 in the country, Duke tonight at 7. I'm still trying to figure out what this season's going to be about for Duke. Right? I'm still trying to figure out what is the thing, right? Every season has a thing. What are you trying to overcome? What are you trying to capitalize on? I don't know what it is for Duke yet, and I'll let you know when I find it. It was about this time last year that we figured it out for Duke, right? When the young guys had the turnovers in the big non-conference games right at the end, last minute. Right, Cooper Flagg slipped a few times. Con Knipple had a turnover against the Kansases and Kentuckys early in the season. And we all went, okay, they can do everything on the court. Can they do it in the last 30 seconds of a close game? And that's what their story was. That's what their entire season became. I don't know what it is for Duke yet. And, of course, NC Central at number 18, North Carolina Tar Heels men's basketball tonight at 9. Life without Seth Trimble continues. And hopefully they can get into some kind of a basketball rhythm. Their first game with Seth Trimble out with the injury had 80 free throws combined. 80. 49 for UNC, 31 for Radford. That's barely basketball.
That's gross.
That's like drills, right? The coach has the whistle and gets to stop every 20 seconds to tell you you're out of position defensively. That's not what UNC wants to do. So hopefully they can get into a better rhythm and we'll have a better idea of what they'll look like for the next however many weeks with Seth Trimble on the injured list. That's the big 3 at 3. It's a bit of the menu of what's going on this weekend in college sports in our area and obviously professional sports in our area. We'll take a break, but when we come back, the Canes have 2 this weekend. I know exactly what I want to see. I'll tell you, and we'll find out what Dennis wants to see from the Canes in their back-to-back. Stick around.
The Black Friday sales event is on at John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington. Right now, take advantage of over $11,000 off a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee or a new 2025 Jeep Grand L. We've got 11 to choose from, but when they're gone, they're gone. So don't wait to get your $11,000 off. Jeep, go anywhere, do anything. See dealer for details. Get off your keister and get to John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington today.
Catch every single moment. The Dugout Tavern and Grill is an official member of the Canes Bar Network. With the NHL package, we broadcast all available games on the 16-foot high-definition video wall. Soak in the energy on our indoor-outdoor patio and bar, where you can see and hear the games. Plus, enjoy drink specials and a terrific menu. It's like you're on the ice, but better. The Dugout Tavern and Grill, Kelly Road in Apex, and thedugouttavern.com.
Get ready, Durham. The CIAA Football Championship is coming to Durham County Memorial Stadium Saturday, November 15th. Don't miss your chance to experience the culture and tradition of HBCU football as the two top teams in the conference battle it out for the title of CIAA Football Champion. Visit DurhamNCSports.com for more information and to secure your tickets today. That's DurhamNCSports.com for CIAA Football Championship tickets.
Genie log, day 15,824. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $900 million now. I'll be stuck in this little lamp forever with nothing but all this stupid gold and rare gems. A gold-plated motorcycle? Sure does a lot of good when you live in a 10x10 magic lamp. Come find me. I'm at latitude 36.06.
Grant your own wishes. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $900 million. Must be 18 to play. Approximate jackpot odds are 1 in 291 million. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
And Stankoven will take Farivari. Stankoven dropping the mitts with Martin Farivari. Down the ice they go. They still come back up. A couple of rights from Stankoven. And another one, and he connects. Now they go down to the ice, and the linesman will get in there.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. That's what it sounded like when Logan Stankoven dropped the gloves for the first time in his career. Last time the Canes were on the ice. Tonight, Vancouver, 7 o'clock, at home, the Lenny. We will have first goal scorer predictions coming up at 4:33, so start thinking about it if you haven't done so already. Who scores the first goal for the Carolina Hurricanes, and in what period do they score it? That's what I'm looking for from you, and we'll give you a chance to make those predictions later on. In the meantime, what do you want to see from the Canes? I'm going to be greedy this weekend.
Okay.
Sometimes you treat yourself, right? I'm going to indulge. I'm going to ask for something very un-Canes-like from the Canes, because I think we know what the strength of the Canes, and actually, if you haven't done so yet, it's a bit of a fluff piece, but I found it interesting. The Canes Behind the Storm. The team puts out a YouTube little behind-the-scenes deal produced by the team. So, as I call it, state-owned propaganda when anytime a team puts out, like, their own version of Hard Knocks. And it's like, well, if you get to approve and decide everything that goes in, I'm sure we're not getting the full story. We're getting the good story. But it's all about the culture in Carolina. That's the one they just put out. It's like 14 minutes of Jordan Stahl, Sebastian Aho, and Rod Brindamore talking about how everybody does the little things. But it's still fun. You see some cool behind-the-scenes stuff. I know what the strength of Canes culture is, right? It's depth, it's sacrifice, it's working hard, it's everyone's willing to do the little things, everyone's willing to do the dirty work. Everybody's willing to put their body on the line, and on and on and on. In the postseason, particular, I do think sometimes you need the star. Right? Sometimes to win a 7-game series against another team that also has a full roster that they depend on and that also are willing to sacrifice and that also work hard. When you need to win that 7-game series, sometimes you need a guy that wins a game darn near by himself. Right? Takes a 1-goal loss to a 1-goal victory with just Herculean efforts of individual performance. I want a star performance this weekend. I've got a few that I would like it to be from, but I'm not going to be picky. I want a star performance. I want a game that we can reference 6 months from now with a feat, and we'll know what we're talking about. Remember that game? What was it? Remember the game Stahl had 2 goals in the first 4 minutes? Remember the hat trick from Aho? Remember that game that Svech did the lacrosse goal? Remember that game? Like, I want the remember that game where you don't have to say it was against Vancouver, it was a Friday, and you have to give like all the it was early in the season. No, remember that game, and I want it to be labeled there. It's maybe like a side quest, right? Because obviously, if we all just boiled down what we really want, what do we want to see from the Canes? 2 wins. But we're being more specific than that, right? I want a star performance. You have Quinn Hughes, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. They're coming into your arena, your house this weekend. Who's going to match that star energy? Right? You know what they're trying to do. Who's going to match that? And like I said, there are those I'd like it to be, right? The Ahos, the Jarvises. But if the new guy, if Ehlers wants to go crazy, go for it. If one of the young guys, if Jackson Blake wants to score a couple quick stick handle, make a guy fall, score a goal, like, I'm cool with it. Alexander Nikishin, how much do you want to announce your presence with Leon Draisaitl in the area? Like, if you want to go do it, go do it. I want a star performance from somebody. And I acknowledge I'm being greedy, right? I acknowledge that, I'm asking for the world. But all they can do is say no, right? You might as well ask. It's a lesson I've learned. Might as well ask. By the way, along the lines of Aho perhaps having a star opportunity, Sebastian Aho tonight, 694th game as a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. Do you know what the significance of that is?
Is that how many Rod played in the Canes uniform?
That's the same number of contests that Rod Brindamore skated in as a member of the team. They will be tied for the 5th most in the organization's history since relocation.
Nice.
It's Aho. It's about that time. 694 games. I want it in the postseason, but you can practice it now. I want the star opportunities. That's what I'm looking for. I want the game that it's like, without that guy, I think we lose by 2 goals. With him, we got an empty netter and won by 3. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Dennis, what do you want to see from the Canes this weekend?
I want to see the penalty kill get back right.
Mm-hmm.
The penalty kill, if you look at the last 10 games for the Carolina Hurricanes, they've allowed 8 on 36. That's only 77% on the kill. So 22% power play efficiency for your opponents over the last 10 games. This is a Carolina Hurricanes team that is known for being 85, 86, 87%, if not higher, in terms of how effective they are at killing penalties. This is, at my eyes, is a byproduct of a lot of the injuries that you've seen on the blue line. Now, granted, you missed time with Robinson and Carrier, guys that were also part of your penalty kill units as well, but having Keandre Miller miss so much time, obviously Jacob Slavin, Jalen Chatfield, all this turnover on the blue line puts so much more stress on Sean Walker and Nikishin to kill penalties. And I think we're seeing a byproduct of that. That's where, in my eyes, the Canes have been hit most, is on the PK and just what they're able to do. I would like to see some level of continuity on the PK with the units that they have and just, I don't know, just seem more effectiveness when it comes to their penalty kill. That's, in my eyes, is where the injuries have hit them most.
The penalty kill has been the most, and this has happened a few times in different players. I'm not singling anyone out. But I will say some names. It's been the most jarring as far as you see players out there, particularly at like the end of a penalty kill. And I'm like, really? Nystrom and Riley? That's what we're rolling out right now?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's what you have.
Legault and Miller. It's like, what is but like you said, it's next man up. This is a question that's often used in gambling. We just saw today they announced Lamar Jackson missed practice, but he's going to play this weekend. And that's the type of player where if it would have gone the other way, right? If Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh at his press conference today said, I don't think Lamar's going to make it, you'd see like the spread jump, 6 points or whatever in the other direction. Using that kind of logic, how many percentage points on a penalty kill is Jacob Slavin worth? Like if they're a 77. Are they an 85? Is he worth 8 percentage points?
He might be worth 8 or 9 percentage points. Yeah.
And that just shows how difficult the cards that they've been dealt this early part of the season with injuries are. Like, I talk about this all the time, and it happens in sports, in every sport. Somebody gets hurt, and everybody goes, oh, so now this person's going to play that person role, right? Oh, Jacob Slavin gets hurt. Okay, look, now Jalen Chatfield will play the Slavin role, or whoever the next one up. I just picked a name. The more unique the person that got hurt is, the more it's like they're going to try their best to fill part of that, but it's not possible, right? Tyreek Hill was this way, where when Tyreek Hill gets hurt, they just go, all right, Marquez Valdez-Scantling is going to be in the Tyreek Hill role. And I'm like, no, he can't. He can't do those things. So Jacob Slavin, he's not someone that you just replace. There's going to be a drop-off. You just have to try to make it as small of a drop-off as you possibly can, moving forward on things like the penalty kill where it does become a little bit more magnified. But still, I mean, this is another opportunity for the Canes to prove something to themselves, mentally and physically, that will be, if they can pull it off, if they can get a win against one of these teams, if they can get 2 wins, it's something you can lean on 2 months from now, hopefully when you are more healthy, about how you can match up with some of the best skaters, and you can do certain things in different matchups with different players on the ice, different skaters on the ice. From a goalie perspective, I believe we're getting Piotr tonight. Is the expectation Pyotr Kochetkov, which I'm a Pyotr Kochetkov fan, but also buckle up. You never know what you're going to get.
That's true.
Sticks might be flying, body parts might be in orientations that you're not used to, skates to the ceiling, whatever you need. But he'll make it work.
Over under 2.5 times Pyotr Kochetkov drops his stick.
Drops?
Yeah, or just loses his
wink,
stick.
Wink, wink, drops?
Like loses his stick.
That might be a throw. What was the over-under? 2.5?
2.5.
Gosh, I hope it's under. But if it goes over, it's going 8. Like it's not. Yeah. It's not going to be 3. It'll be 1 or 2 or 10. That's what we're looking for from Pyotr.
Over under.
I'm taking the under. Okay. I'm going to be optimistic. Taking the under. Hopefully, he doesn't face many shots. That's what I'm rooting for.
By the way, real quick note for tonight: Quinn Hughes, the stud defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks, has won a Norris Trophy as the best defenseman in the league. Game time decision to play. He's been dealing with an injury.
Okay.
So game time decision. The Vancouver Canucks did have an optional morning skate, and he did skate this morning, and their head coach, Adam Foote, did say he's going to be close. Game time decision. We'll see.
I want to beat him full strength. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, Tim Donnelly here for Maynard Service Company. You want your house at full strength? I'll tell you what, if we had to give availability reports for your house, it would be a real bummer to see, for the weekend, doubtful plumbing. Oh, no, this is not going to be a fun weekend for me, right? Out cooling system. Uh-oh, I better or out heating system this time of year, I should say. Better go get an extra jacket. No, you want it to be full practice, full go, off the injury report for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. That's Maynard Service Company. They want you to be back out on the field, house at full strength. They're like the best training staff for your house in all of sports. They'll if the projection is you're going to be on the IR with a electrical issue for 4 to 6 days, well, they're getting you back out on the ice immediately. They're going to get you fixed up, taped up, whatever you need. Only not just thrown together, actually fixed and done the right way. Maynard Service Company, heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So for your emergencies in the middle of the night or for your service checkups in the middle of the day, all of it, all across the triangle, all of Wake County and 50 miles in any direction. The only thing you need to do is give them a call and let them know you heard about it from me, Tim, here on 99.9 The Fan. The number is 919-361-0993. And every coach will tell you this. Even if it's just a little owie, right, just a little bruise, go tell the trainers about it just so they know. They might be able to help you out. If you think your heater's working fine, but it's making a funny noise, still heating, just give them a call, right? It's like the check engine light. Just take it in. 919-361-0993 or visit them online, MaynardServices.com, MAYNOR Services.com. Up next, we have the Dean's List. Pass around a few extra accolades. Stick around.
Hello, I'm John Heister for John Heister Chevrolet in Fuquay-Varina. People are asking us, how are you selling so many cars all of a sudden? Well, did you know that the Beltline has opened up the outer loop? We're only 28 minutes from Knightdale. We're only 19 minutes from Clayton and 15 minutes from Apex. We're now the most convenient Chevrolet dealership to reach in the Triangle. It's just one more reason to get off your keister and come to Heister.
Now at John Heister Chevrolet, get up to $14,000 off a new 2025 Silverado 1500. Includes trade assistance. See dealer for details. Together, let's drive.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Is going to your local bar the worst part of your day? The bartender ignores you, mediocre food, warm beer? Then why go there? Take 5 minutes and drop in at Sharky's, where they'll give you a free evaluation, and you can learn about all the bars that you shouldn't go to. Sharky's has helped thousands find the right bar to hang at. What are you waiting for? Sharky's evaluation could be the cure to the worst part of your day. Change your bar, change your life. Sharky's, 5800 Durley Road by the Shell Station.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
So 19-8 as Bogavants gets the steal. He'll kick it ahead to Trimble on the catch and finish. Seth way up in the air for the throwdown.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Happy Friday, everybody. Should be a good one. Hopefully it's a good one. For Duke basketball fans, might be a really good one, and I'll tell you why as soon as we start the Dean's List. Class is in session. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, oh, it's going to be a really good one for Duke. Does it have anything to do with their Indiana State game tonight? Well, not really. Indiana State at Duke tonight at 7 doesn't, I mean, it does, I guess, indirectly, but not really related to what I'm about to tell you. Little Dean's List action. 5-star, 6'11", power forward, top 10 recruit in the class of 2026, Cam Williams, committed to Duke just under an hour ago.
Yeah, #1 power forward in his class.
His final 3 came down to Arizona, Texas, and Duke, and he chose Duke, like I said, less than an hour ago. It's a good get, obviously.
Duke's just cleaning up on recruiting.
Do you think it gets boring?
For Shire?
Or I think Shire, like, he's involved in the chase.
Yeah.
Like if you are the athletic director, you see the news, you get a call from Shire, like, hey, just so you know, we're about to get a commitment from number 8 in the country or number 6 in the country, and he's like, come on, top 3 or send me a text. Like, is this a call?
Yeah. I can only imagine Nina King telling John Shire, yeah, that's an email's fine.
Yeah. Did this have to be a meeting? Did we have to get on Zoom for this?
It's still incredible what they're doing in the recruiting world.
It would be a program-changing recruit for most programs out there. He's a really good one, and that's why they're on the Dean's List for it. More Dean's List. Oh, how about this for a, I don't know if this counts as an auto bid. They would have made it regardless. Tobin Heath and Heather O'Reilly. Heather O'Reilly we've had on the show.
Yeah, former U.S. women's national team players.
Former UNC and U.S. women's national team members. They were both, I think it was yesterday, the announcement was official. They're part of the 2026 National Soccer Hall of Fame class. They're going into like the USA Soccer Hall of Fame. That's pretty darn cool. Both played at UNC. Both played, obviously, a long time for Team USA. I would imagine they have somewhere a trophy case or a storage bin or a mantle of some kind that is full of medals, trophies, artifacts from their career, and they better make some room for whatever they give you for the National Soccer Hall of Fame. They're probably in a bunch of Hall of Fames. Either way, Tobin Heath, Heather O'Reilly, congratulations. You're on the Dean's List. Dennis, do you have any Dean's Listers you'd like to throw out there?
I do. Actually, well, I had two, but you said one of them already in Cameron Williams committing to Duke, but also along the same lines of recruiting in college basketball here in North Carolina, and specifically the Triangle. Trevin Carter-Givens, a four-star recruit ranked number 98th overall by Rivals in the class of 2026, is committed to NC State.
Signed, I believe, officially.
Yeah, signed. Officially did sign.
Because I saw the Will Wade video talking about him, and I don't think you can talk about him until they sign.
Yes, he has officially signed.
So he's a player that I want to say had been verbaled for a while, but still a big and size, right? He's a taller gentleman, which is always welcomed in the college basketball world.
There you go. College basketball recruiting, that makes the Dean's List.
Back to the Dean's List we go. North Carolina State, NC State pass catchers. Saw this stat. They're the only school in the country with 7 different pass catchers with at least 20 receptions. Which I'm putting like the actual group on the list, but really it's confirmation for what we've been seeing and saying all year. Like, it's good to know that the stats are backing up what our eyes are telling us, which is CJ Bailey is thrown into the open guy, and whoever that is capable, right? Whether it's out of the backfield, tight ends, wide receivers, 7 of them, and all 7 have at least one touchdown catch. So they're really spreading around the love in more than one way. So NC State pass catchers make the list. This one, bit of a backhanded compliment, but accept it, please. UNC football social media. You know what they were doing real quick yesterday? Posting about Drake May. Drake May threw a touchdown pass. UNC football tweeted that out right away.
Oh, yeah, they're hammering it now.
Now, boom, boom, boom. Right, because there was all the talk about how somebody may have made an order to not post about Drake May because he may play for a team that may have a history with their head coach, and who made that argument and who made that demand. I don't know. And it's just a lot of rumors and conjecture at this point, but I'll tell you right now, he plays on a nationally televised game. If you're watching on a streaming service that has like a 2-minute delay, I wouldn't refresh your Twitter if you follow UNC football, because they're going to have that up there before you see it on your screen. They are quick with it now. All right, Dean's List, last one. This is, I believe, a first in Dean's List history.
Okay.
I am banning a group from the Dean's List.
Oh.
The College Football Playoff Committee banned.
Really?
So.
I mean, I'm not going to object, but go on.
The college football, we talked about it maybe yesterday for a hot second. The committee chair has officially removed himself because he had a leave of absence from his job at the Baylor, whatever it was. So they had to name a new committee chair. Saw this today. I'll read it for you directly from an ESPN article. The College Football Playoff Management Committee has formally approved the return of Utah Athletic Director Mark Harlan to its selection committee and named current committee member and Arkansas Athletic Director Hunter Yurachek its new chair. The College Football Playoff announced yesterday. That was Thursday. Arkansas Athletic Director is now the committee chair. The conflict of interest is bananas. You know what Arkansas is doing right now? They're looking for a new head football coach. Let's say they want James Franklin. What's the only thing James Franklin has said publicly he wants the opportunity to do at his next job? Win a national championship. Hunter Yurachek, do you think it benefits Arkansas's coaching search to say there are 8 teams from the SEC in the college football playoff, none from the ACC? Why would you go take that Virginia Tech job? Why would you go take that Big Ten job? Why would you go take any job that's not in the SEC? Didn't you see, if you want to win a national championship, you have to come through the SEC. Oh, by the way, I'm the one that helped decide who gets to be in the CFP. The conflict of interest is crazy. And I know you can go on and on, right? It happens in the March Madness. It happens in everything else. The difference is March Madness, you're arguing about the 50th and the 52nd best team, right? When you're talking about at large, right? You got 30 whatever at large teams. You got all the conference champions. You're like college football playoff. You're arguing about 1 loss teams, 2 loss teams. I think this is crazy. There are certain things in sports that make absolutely no sense to me. Why aren't NFL referees full-time? Why do they all have to, during the week, go back to their roofing business? They got to go practice law Monday through Thursday. They should be working 24 hours, or not 24 hours. They should be working all of their working hours on getting better as refs because it's a $1 billion industry. Why would the College Football Playoff Committee or the March Madness Selection Committee or any of these committees include anyone that is actively employed by a university? It should be completely third-party independent. I would actually argue this. You ready? Full-time. Full-time. If you have to watch darn near every college football game in the country every year, you're not just sitting on your couch on Saturdays, or you're not just going to a committee meeting on Saturdays. You need to be rewatching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, talking about it. This is big. These $1 billion industries. Come up with a couple $100,000 to pay someone you trust. Do it full time. I can't. What are we doing? So no, I can't. Now, if they make a good decision, I don't know what their motivation was. Say they put the right 12 teams in, and I go, that's correct. I'm going to assume that they stumbled into it trying to be self-serving, and they accidentally got the right 12. So I'm not putting them on the list. I'm banning them from the list. They can apply for reinstatement at our committee, which is extremely biased, at a future date. Class dismissed.
Yeah, they got after-school suspension.
Yeah, they got to come Saturdays, do some community service.
Yeah, breakfast club.
Because what happens if Duke wins out? If Duke wins out and wins the ACC championship game, and somebody from the SEC has to decide whether it's more impressive what JMU did or what Duke did, one of them is going to get in as the 5th conference champion. I don't want the SEC making that decision. I do want Duke to have to put them in that position, though. Duke versus Virginia tomorrow at 3:30. We talk about it next.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. People are looking around their homes right now, and they're saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. You guys do everything for the exterior of your home. How do you keep it from being overwhelming for the homeowner?
Right, Adam. The first thing we do is we come out there, do an assessment with the homeowner. It's a no-obligation estimate, and we can break it up into phases of projects, or if you want to break it up into easy monthly payments, we come out there, give you a good plan. It's no pressure, no obligation. And whether it's windows, siding, doors, roofing, most of these projects we give you a lifetime warranty on for the rest of your time in the home. And then you can also break it up into easy monthly payments and make it manageable for your budget.
I love manageable. I love easy monthly payments. I love lifetime warranties. Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. These people are amazing. You should check them out online, aluminumcompany.com.
Stay informed with The Rundown, the daily newsletter from High School OT that delivers high school sports news and insights straight to your inbox. Brought to you by High School OT and powered by our sponsors, First Carolina Bank and Smith Douglas Homes. Subscribe to The Rundown at highschoolot.com.
Healthcare is not a game. Neither is health insurance. Contract negotiations between WakeMed and United Healthcare are down to the wire. Our terms are clear. Play fair. Stick to the rules. Patient care is at risk. Whatever the outcome, WakeMed wants to be here for you with the care you deserve. Anything else just isn't in our playbook. Let United Healthcare hear from you. Learn more at wakemed.org.
Hey friends, Paul Leihander from 99.9 The Fan for FanDuel. It's Friday, and for FanDuel Friday, we're turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. So here's the bit. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the hoops zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all of them designed to bring you that Friday basketball energy. It's not just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern. Mark it on your calendars. Set your alarms. It's only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Paul, Paul with a capital P. Grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
It's Minson to throw. Wide open Hazley. Touchdown! Jeremiah! What a time for your first touchdown of the season!
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Duke football is playing for everything. All of it. Hosting number 19 in the country, Virginia, tomorrow at 3:30. They're playing for the whole kit and caboodle. Their playoff starts tomorrow at 3:30. And I'm fascinated to see how they react. There's no more safety net, zero. They've used it all up. Some people are calling, and I got this notification from ESPN. The headline on my phone just said, "Is Duke the ACC's doomsday scenario?" Right? Because right now they've lost enough non-conference games to scare ACC fans. Meaning, even if they win the the ACC championship, they're not a lock for the CFP because they lost to Tulane and they lost to UConn and it was ugly against Illinois and on and on. So they've lost those non-conference games, yet they've still shown enough potential. Everybody still believes they're good enough to pull off what I'm about to describe. They have to win their next 3 games. They have to win home versus Virginia. They have to win at North Carolina. And they have to win home versus Wake Forest. If they win those 3, there's a very, very good shot they'll be in the ACC championship game. And once you're in the ACC championship game, right, then you're in the dance. Then anything can happen. They win that, and all of a sudden we're going to have debates till we're blue in the face about how deserving they are versus other conference champions across the country. Now that is very interesting for people like us. For fans, for those of us looking from the outside in. It'll give us a ton of conversation and debate, and when we'll cross that bridge when we get there, it's Duke's job to bring us to the bridge. Right? If we're not going to cross that bridge till we get there, Duke has to lead the way to the bridge. If they win the next 3, ACC championship game. That's the way they have to look. But the reverse side of that coin is true as well. Lose any of them. Stare at this season with a ton of regret. Lose any of them. Look back on this season on what could have been. I think Darian Mensah is really good. I think there's a chance, maybe with one more year in college, he climbs up draft boards. And then, again, who knows, right? He gets to the NFL. Maybe the game suits him. He connects with the right coordinator, gets the right number 1 wide receiver. Maybe he's a really good NFL quarterback. Maybe a few years into the future, you're looking back going, how did they have all of those dudes? And they didn't even make the ACC championship game. I don't know, like maybe UNC fans were doing last night watching Drake May go in pretty much an entire NFL game without making a bad decision. Dude was just accurate, picking apart an NFL defense on primetime with chance of MVP. And then you go, well, he must have been on a team all by himself. No, first-round pick running back. No, there's a wide receiver with the Ravens. No, there's this guy, there's that guy, there's the leading tackler on the Titans. Like, all of these guys were on the same team, but it never added up to anything. And because of that, it's so unbelievably frustrating to look back on. And when you ask, how? Well, look at Duke this year. Look at him. Vincent Anthony Jr. is a really, really talented edge rusher. You know what else he does? Some penalties. You know what else he does? Gets out of position a little bit. It's not a talent thing. It's not at all. Darian Mintz is a really talented thrower of the football. Very professional. You lose to UConn. You lose to Tulane. Just a couple badly timed turnovers. That's how you do it. I still believe in Duke's potential. But if it doesn't come together right now, it's worthless. Right? If it doesn't come together right now, what's the point of having potential? And we can't even do the thing we used to do, right? We can't even do the thing where it's like, well, actually, the guys that were on the team learned some hard lessons and they'll come back next year better for it. No, we look at college seasons as very much their own beast, right? There is a strict border between last year's team and this year's team and this year's team and next year's team.
They're all one-year windows.
They're one-year windows. Everyone's a free agent. And you want to talk about real frustrating. Have some guys learn some hard-fought lessons for your team this year and then go play for some other team and execute what they learned. That's even more frustrating than even tallying up NFL talent later on and going, how did we not win? It's even more frustrating to see them actually win wearing a different college football uniform. So if they don't put it together right now, it's too late. I'll use another cross-triangle example. I know how all of you love it so much when I use examples from the other teams in the triangle. Right now, Duke is in the same moment that NC State basketball was at the beginning of their ACC tournament 2 years ago. Right? They had flashed potential. Right? We knew DJ Burns was this unique player. We had seen him go on stretches of really good play. We knew DJ Horn could do some things. Like, we knew they had potential, but up to that point, they were the 11th best team in the ACC. Some may have still been clinging to, if they put it together, this is the last chance. I don't know many people like that, but there were probably some that were clinging to the idea of them putting it together. And then we were sitting there, Dennis and I were sitting there watching. It was halfway through the first half. They were down to Louisville. And not like the good Louisville now, the old Louisville. And then it clicked. They put it together, run ended in the Final Four. That's where Duke is right now. Playing Virginia at home at 3:30. If you lose, well, put together a good highlight film. See what's out there in the portal, right? Go talk to Manny Diaz. See if there's a role for you on the team moving forward, or if they're going to recruit over you. And you may say, these guys are so good, they're not going to be re-recruited. Well, guess what? Malik Murphy broke the school record for touchdown passes, and they brought in Darian Mensah and paid him a whole bunch of money to take his job.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody's job safe in either direction. And Virginia, I won't say Virginia is like the big bad wolf. They're a good team, but they've shown flaws, especially recently.
Oh, yeah.
Chandler Morris, their quarterback, looks like he's going to be questionable to play. I believe he's in the concussion protocol, so we'll see. And that's a big one there. But here's the part for Duke. They're the priority number one, win the games, right? Don't cross the bridge, bring us to the bridge, whatever I said. You also need some style points here. Because if you do check off all the boxes I'm saying, and if the potential does come together and you do win out and you do go to the ACC championship game, you need to have the committee looking at you like you're the hottest team in the country. You need to have the committee looking at you like you put it together at the last possible moment, but you put it together in a big way. And this is your ranked opponent opportunity, right? Hopefully you catch one in the ACC championship if you get there, but that's down the road. This is your ranked opponent opportunity. I wish I could tell you that like a 16-13 game would get it done. And obviously for just winning and keeping your dreams alive, it would. But I think you need more. I think the pitch, right? Think about it like the campaign. If it comes down to you and two other teams for the 11 seed in the CFP, what's your elevator pitch? My guess is it's going to center on Darian Mensah. It's going to say, we have the quarterback. We have that's our slingshot. We can beat any Goliath out there because we have the dude. Well, you're going to need like a 300-yard throwing performance then, right? You can't be going in with the UConn game or his UConn stats and go, see what we got? We got the guy. everything I'm saying, it might not be fair, but you put yourself in this situation, right? You beat UConn last week. You handled Tulane on the road. You win either of those games. I think this entire season is different. I think there's an outside chance you're ranked, and this game becomes almost a play-in for the top 15 in the country. Instead, it's a play-in to not have your hopes dashed. Duke, Virginia. That's what I knew was going to be the big game late in the season. Duke, Virginia.
I mean, like you said earlier, it's essentially a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
And for both these teams. And by the way, Virginia has struggled a bit offensively. Against Washington State, they scored 22, even though it was a win. Against UNC, they scored 17, even though it was a win. Cal, they went on the road. They put up 31 against Cal, but against Wake Forest, she scored 9 at home.
And actually, maybe we should. Everything I'm talking about here with what stakes this game is and the committee and whatever, that's all very new. The same things you've been dealing with all year are still there. You still have an issue with turning yards into points. Mm-hmm. You still have an issue with me sitting there halfway through the third quarter going, Duke is dominating this game and they're up 7. Or Duke just smoked them in the first half and it's 7-7. That's still like the Duke calling card this year is, Darian Mensah is thrown for 300 million yards. Cooper Barcade has 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, and somehow they've scored 6 points. I don't know how you score 2 touchdowns and have 6 points. They don't translate their production to points somehow. That's still an issue, but that's part of what I'm saying has to come together. Like, you have to have those fixed, and you got to put the whole puzzle together, and you have, basically 24 hours to do so. Game starts about an hour from right now. You have that long to put it all together. Not a second more.
What a weird college football season for the ACC. And also very disappointing. Let's be honest. Disappointing season for the ACC. Call it what it is. Disappointing season. Clemson stinks.
It depends what angle you're looking at it.
If you look at it from all angles, it still stinks. I see flies floating around it. It stinks. It's a big steaming pile.
If you're a hater of the traditional Goliaths, it's a great season. If you just were, I hate Clemson, I hate Florida State, they sued my school, they sued my conference, they're both below 500 in the conference.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they can still go kick rocks. But
if you told me right now, right now there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 5? 5? 5 teams with 1 loss vying really for the ACC championship game. If you told me 5 teams were tied atop the conference and Miami, Clemson, Florida State, Virginia Tech, would North Carolina State, none of them would be a part of it? I don't know if you could write that on a Netflix series and be more unpredictable. Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pitt, SMU, and Duke. That old traditional ACC powerhouse run to the finish line. Goodness gracious. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Visit 999thefan.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see 3 Days Grace with special guests I Prevail and the Funeral Portrait at the Lenovo Center on March 17th. That's 999thefan.com, as well as the 99.9 The Fan app if you want to register for a chance to win tickets to see 3 Days Grace with special guests I Prevail and the Funeral Portrait. Football at 4 is coming up next. Panthers at Falcons.
Real quick on Panthers-Falcons.
Yep.
Come to the Carolina Ale House in Cary on Sunday, Panthers watch party. I'll be there starting around noon, just before the 1 o'clock kickoffs. I'm going to be giving out some free stuff. Might even buy an appetizer for you, maybe take someone off your bill. Just to let you know, I'll be there. Carolina Ale House on Sunday. It's Cary. I'll be there, 1 o'clock.
Go have fun. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's fun. Football at 4, Panthers, Falcons, next.
Waking up, getting ready, sitting in traffic. Let's face it, getting to work in the morning is a lot of work. But when you get a great deal on your favorite McDonald's coffee, becoming a morning person is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now get any size refreshingly cold iced coffee for $1, a delicious mocha for $2, and a frappe for $3. Available only during breakfast hours. Price and participation participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly
Terry,
chanting your own name, Terry. You
Terry.
deserve it.
Woo!
Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to RitchieLaw.com.
That's RitchieLaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Lots of sunshine for us out there this afternoon. That will allow our highs to warm into the upper 60s. Mid-40s under clear skies tonight and even warmer over the weekend. It'll be gorgeous. Highs in the mid to upper 70s Saturday and Sunday with dry and sunny conditions.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 4 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones down 321 points today to 47,135.
Let's move the chains. Time for football at 4.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Panthers, Falcons. Divisional matchup. Falcons hunting for revenge for the 30 goose egg earlier in the year. It's in Atlanta. This version of the Panthers doesn't play particularly well on the road, unless you're the Jets. Or Lambeau, actually. So maybe they're turning some things around.
They didn't play well offensively in those games.
Well, hey.
Defensively, quite well.
Group project, man. Group project. Which slides did the defense make? The really good ones at the beginning of the presentation. What did the offense make? The credits, the thank you at the end, written in bad handwriting. Here's what this week is about. There's a few things. Can you come up with a counterpunch in a week? Because the Saints sold out to stop the run, and the Panthers had no answers. Can you find answers in a week? If Dave Canales didn't trust the passing game to be their answer last week, can he find that trust in a week? Or if that's not the option, if you're like, no, we can't, do you think you can just bully the Falcons when everyone in the stadium knows what you're trying to do? Because if your passing game is going to have that little trust, then the only option is to have your running game be so good, be so impactful, be so effective that everyone in the stadium can be yelling, they're giving it to Rico. And the Falcons can't do anything to stop it. Right? If you go back and look, because I love the outliers, right? I love when somebody brings up, it's you need an elite quarterback to win in the NFL. And then someone's like, Trent Dilfer. I'm like, all right, we're just going to ricochet, insult Trent Dilfer. Cool. Yeah, if you have a defense that's that good, yeah, then you can win with Trent Dilfer. Do you have a defense that's that good? Do you have the 2000s Ravens? Because if not, move along. Yeah, you don't need a passing game if you have Derrick Henry backed up by 1993 Emmitt Smith, and you have the like Marshall Yonda and Alan Faneca and like every Jonathan Ogden. If you're the best offensive line in the world, it doesn't matter that everyone knows you're going to run. I don't think the Panthers are that good. I think they're very good at certain things. I don't think they're an all-star team. So you need that plan B. Can they come up with one in a week? I don't care if it is gimmicks, right? I don't care if the way you get your pass game going is fake screen deep balls. I don't care if the way you get your pass game going is halfback passes. I don't care whatever it is. You empty the bag of tricks, throw everything and the kitchen sink at them, because if you don't make a defense back up, they are going to find ways to stop your running game. And I would add this. This is a big game individually, okay? It's a big bounce-back game. It's big for vibes, right? It's big for Bryce. It's big for Canales. It's a big game individually. But for any kind of momentum for the rest of this year, this is borderline a must-win game. Their schedule is the hardest schedule in the NFL by record. The teams they have the rest of the year have won a higher percentage of their games than anyone else's schedule in the NFL. And trust me, it's not because of the Falcons, right? It's not because of the Saints. Those are the two that become borderline must-wins. Because realistically, you're going to go catch the Seahawks, right? Realistically, are you going to win both against the Bucs? Or is it more realistic to say, no, we can beat the Falcons? And they're on the cusp. They have 5 wins, right? They're 500. The Panthers have 5 wins. And at the beginning of the year, the number that we mentioned as like, if you get here, everybody will be stoked. It was 8. Right? If you get to 8 wins, there's like, I'll shut up. I'll stop with all my complaining. I'm not saying I won't say there are tweaks that still need to happen, right? You can still make adjustments off a team that accomplished their goals. But 8 wins is such a magical number for them. Look at the rest of their schedule. To get to 8, where are you finding them? Atlanta for darn sure. I mean, the Rams are pretty darn good. The Niners, you know what they bring, especially out there on the West Coast. Saints, Tampa, Seattle. This is borderline must win there. So you better find a way. This is one of those by hook or by crook games. This is one where I don't care about feelings. Get the win, figure out the feelings later. Now let's dive into the Bryce of it all. There's one thing I want to make very clear. Okay? And this is an argument I've been having not just about Bryce. This is an argument I've been having about quarterbacks for so long. Quarterbacks are not solely judged by their win-loss record. There has to be context. And I'm going to illustrate it using Bryce as an example. If you are pro-Bryce, cool, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I would debate certain things, but go ahead. If you are a massive fan of Bryce Young, you think he's the future, awesome. If you cite 5-4 as one of your reasons, if you use he's won 5 games this year as one of your reasons, okay. How do you explain 11-26? If you're using win-loss record to judge a quarterback, he's 11-26 as a starter. Now, if your argument is, well, they weren't very good his rookie year, and the offensive line was bad, and the coaching was bad, okay. Now we've established that wins and losses are not all on the quarterback.
Oh, now you want context.
So now we establish that wins and losses are not solely judged on quarterback play, because if they are, he's 11-26. He's not 5-4. Now, if you include context, beautiful, right? Now we can acknowledge that he's not as bad as he was his rookie year. And we can acknowledge he's not as good as 5-4 says right now. And we can acknowledge that you can win a game despite a player. You can lose a game despite a player playing well. One of the craziest stats out there right now is that Matt Stafford, for the first time in his career, is 500 right now. He is 115, 115, and 1 as a starting quarterback. And it's the first time in his career that his total starting record has been 500. For my money, Matt Stafford has been one of the 8 best quarterbacks in the NFL for darn near 2 decades.
Been in the league for a minute.
Those Detroit teams were losing games despite having one of the 8 best quarterbacks in the NFL. Wins and losses are not the only way to judge a quarterback. I do think as long as certain other things are accounted for, it can be, right? As long as you look around and you just ask some real basic questions. Does he have a formidable offensive line? Does he have a formidable wide receiving core? Does he have a coach that knows how to tie his shoes, right? Does he have just the bare minimum? Then we can start talking about it. But also ask the opposite, right? How many other Hall of Famers are on the roster? How often is he asked to perform? Ask some of his baseline stats, right? Is he in the top half of the league in certain all-encompassing stats like QBR, passer rating, or anything along those lines? As long as you're in the mix, then we can use wins and losses. Because I don't want to take away that the fact that I believe the quarterback impacts winning or losing more than any other position. It's just not in totality. So yes, Bryce's rookie year, I gave him a fresh start. You can go back and find the tapes. Going into year 2, I said let's treat it like a rookie year. And whatever that was ridiculous, right? The Frank Reich experiment. That let's put that in the past. Let's flush it. I acknowledge to do that. Looking at it this year, he has a really good running game. He has a more than good enough wide receiver, Tedero McMillan, which adds up to at least a good enough middle of the pack wide receiving core overall. I think he has a defense that is making his job very easy. This is not his rookie year anymore. They're winning games, 5 of them, in many cases, despite what he was doing. So separate the two. Happy for the team, want more from the player. Right? After a win like you got in Green Bay, after a win like you got against the Jets, after those wins, happy for the team, want a little more from the player. Like, by the way, you would do with any other position. What's Taylor Moton's record as a right tackle, wins and losses? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And you might even be a big Taylor Moton fan. I promise you it's not a good wins and loss record. He's probably got boatloads more losses than wins. And yet you find a way to say that guy was playing well. And vice versa, right? You can find players who were not playing well and go, that guy needs to be replaced, even while his team is winning. Just that quarterback, for whatever reason, if they're winning, it's like unassailable. And I don't know why.
Here's the number I always come back to when people I want to bring up again. Wins, losses with quarterback, in particular Bryce Young. When he has thrown the ball less than 30 times in his career, Panthers are 8-6. When he's thrown the ball less than 30 times. When it's 30 or more, it's 3-20. So you can't win with him having to carry a team throwing the ball in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Like, he needs a run game and he needs a defense.
I agree with what you're saying.
So, yeah, you're winning in spite of him at times.
I agree with what you're saying. I do want to, again, in the interest of adding context on both sides, you're probably throwing more when you're losing. So, if the defense plays poorly, he's going to end with more pass attempts is what I'm saying. Well, it's all connected. But I agree with,
they keep bringing up, hey, the 9 overtime fourth quarter comebacks. Well, that's 9 of 11.
And 4 of them are against the Falcons.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you didn't say that stat, if you just said they don't win when they depend on him passing, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I don't think you need the stat to say that. I think we can watch it and say when they ask him to carry the bulk of the offense, I get very nervous. It's what's the saying? I use this one a lot. When you have a tough decision to make, they say flip a coin, not So you come down heads or tails, and that's how you make the decision. But when it's rotating in the air, you know what you're hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you think the Panthers should let Bryce pass more? Let me know what you feel when he's dropping back. I'm not like when he's just down on step 3 of a 5-step drop. My guess is you're going, oh no, incompletion. Whew. All right, we're good. Completion for 4 yards. Woo! Right, just let your body, let your subconscious tell you how you feel. When they're dropping back, my guess is you're worried. Now, vice versa. When he turns and is obviously handing it to Rico Dowdle, what does your heart say? A little pitter-patter? A little skip a beat? Love at first sight? Yeah. It's exactly what I feel as well. First down, hand it off, he's got a crease. Whoo, boy. You have a whoop set up to me, one of those wristbands. You'll see my heart rate go up.
I got a whoop. My stress level will go up.
There you go. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Panthers, Falcons, Sunday. Dennis, where are you going to be?
I'll be at the Carolina Ale House in Cary. So come check out. I'll be giving stuff away. Might even give you free appetizer, things along those lines. Got stuff to give away. Come hang out, watch some football. Even if you're not watching Panthers, just come watch football. They got all the games on, all the screens. Literally, you can watch any game. So come check it out.
Great place to watch a game. I was at an ale house last weekend.
Solid food, too. Like good food.
Good,
for real.
Good food, good camaraderie. I like it when you get like a little trash talk.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little like you cheer for your team. All right, now when our team makes a play, we got to cheer a little louder than them and go back and forth. I like that kind of stuff. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. NC State at Miami. Can they go back-to-back wins over top 25 teams? We'll talk about it next.
The Adam Gold Show.
I know they haven't really been tested, but I like everything that I have seen from this Wolfpack basketball team. I like their size. I like their versatility. I like the fact that they share the basketball. 27 assists in the opener, 37 made field goals. You keep playing like that. Unselfish ball, play defense. With their size and their talent, they could win.
The Adam Gold Show, weekdays starting at noon on 99.9 The Fan.
Genie log, day 15,824. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $900 million now. I'll be stuck in this little lamp forever with nothing but all this stupid gold and rare gems. A gold-plated motorcycle? Sure does a lot of good when you live in a 10 by 10 magic lamp. Come find me. I'm at latitude 36.06.
Grant your own wishes. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $900 million. Must be 18 to play. Approximate jackpot odds are 1 in 291 million. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Every season can be punishing for your roof. Mother Nature is a fierce opponent that doesn't take a break, which is why you need RoofWorks on your building maintenance team. Hi, this is Holly from RoofWorks. We specialize in keeping your commercial roof in great condition no matter what the issue may be. We offer roof inspections, roof repairs, and if needed, a full roof replacement. We help determine if there's a problem with your roof and advise you on the most cost-effective way to handle it. Contact us today at roofworks.com. That's roof, WERKS.com.
Hello, I'm John Heister for the Heister Automotive Group. And we're constantly looking for ways to serve you better. One of the ways we do that is with something we call a Go-See. And that's where you select a vehicle from our inventory, and we have thousands, and we get one of our product specialists to bring that vehicle to you at your convenience. How do we do that? Well, it's simple. We have a group of employees that are evaluated based on the number of presentations they do. They're glad to do it. So it's just one more way we get off our keister and bring Heister to you.
He shuffles away from pressure, airs it out wide open. Teddy Hoffman near sideline 30, sprints 20. Hoffman is gone. Teddy Hoffman was wide open near side of the field. 55-yarder to Hoffman, and this place is bananas.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. NC State NC State football. They beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was 8th in the country. NC State went toe-to-toe with them in a straight shootout, got the win. National buzz. Next day, I came in here. I'm going through all my sports blogs. I see people mentioning C.J. Bailey is maybe a number 1 overall pick in 2027. People are talking about, what was it, the CBS Offensive Coordinator of the Week, Kurt Roper. It was buzzworthy. It was the best part about sports. Actually, with a bye week, I'm gonna change it a little bit. You know how long an awful loss lasts? 1 week. You know how long a great win lasts? 1 week. We have a bye week. I guess it extends to 2. All that buzz, all that love means nothing if you can't show that you can do it again on the road at number 15 in the country, Miami, tomorrow at 3:30. It'll just be a cool memory. The glory days when players are old and washed up like the rest of us sitting back. Remember that game against Georgia Tech? Haynes King, he was like 35 years old. He threw for 400 yards against us. And C.J. Bailey, I think he was 16 years old. He outdueled him, right? Because the further you get away, the details get a little hazy. Haynes King's actually like 23, 24. C.J. Bailey's like 19. But it felt like 10 years, right? It was a kid against a fully grown man. State won. What happened the next week? I don't know. The rest of the season, and then the next week we had a bye. Then we went down to Miami. It was hot as heck, and we won by $1 billion there too. C.J. Bailey has the ceiling. That offense has the ceiling. Do they have the consistency? Because that's the real separator, right? That's how you know it's real. And I'm not saying you have to do it every game. He doesn't have to go out and be the best player on the field every game. But if you can do it more often than not, if you can show up in big games way more often than you don't, that's how you know it's real. That's how you know, it's certified. We know how good they can be now, right? We talk about putting everything together. I don't know if State's defense is ever going to – I don't even know what putting it together for them would be. Like, just forcing more field goals than touchdowns might be like, hey, great game. Their defense has struggled. They changed systems before the season. They've dealt with some injuries, whatever it is. I don't know if their defense is ever going to put it together. Their offense, we know what the top end of that looks like. They had 2 of their 3 best players on offense hurt, and they went bananas. That's what it looks like. Can you do it consistently? And do you have the ability to do it versus a team with better raw athletes, right? No disrespect to Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is actually a really good team. I think part of what they are really good at is what Brent Key turns them into. I think he's a really good coach. I think he's a really good developer. But there's a saying in sports, you can't teach speed. I think Georgia Tech is really good at all the things you can teach. I think Miami is fast. I think Miami has the athletes. Can C.J. Bailey and NC State do it against them? And not to mention, right, obviously back-to-back ranked wins. It's good. It's great. It's grand. It'll get you into a slightly better bowl game. They're not chasing the super lofty stuff. They're chasing like a positive end to the season. There are some players on this roster, let's just call a spade, that are going to be pricey to keep. I saw a list. It was CBS Sports again. They did the landscape-changing potential transfers, and one of them was C.J. Bailey, right? Like the big schools would be super after him if he were to hit the portal, which obviously means there's lucrative options there. I've seen Hollywood Smothers on some NFL draft boards. Not like the best running back. That'd be the Jeremiah Loves of the world, but down with the Penn State backs and everything, Hollywood Smothers has been on those boards. Like, if you want to keep these guys on campus, the way you do that is by fundraising. And there are 2 ways to fundraise in college sports. Lose to bad teams or beat good teams. That's the 2 ways to fundraise. If you lose to bad teams, people will fundraise for buyouts. People will fundraise because outrage, we can't let this happen. What do I have to do? What do I have to give? Or you beat good teams, especially in a season like this for NC State, right? Where If you win at Miami, if you win with an offensive performance at Miami, it's an easy sell on what next year could be. If we only had another $400,000, if we only had enough money to keep these 6 guys that are going to be exploring the market, if, right, you saw what we could do in the Georgia Tech and Miami games back to back. We could have a whole season of that if you renew your season tickets right now, right? It's easy to fundraise if you beat good teams or if you lose to bad teams. I don't think anybody goes out trying to lose to bad teams to fundraise, so it's definitely a more copacetic way to go beat the good teams. That's your opportunity this weekend. And it's not going to be easy. Reuben Bain Jr. is really good. Carson Beck, he's got a little bit of a what have I called it in the past? The Jameis ratio, the Jameis Winston ratio, where if he plays 70 plays of offense, 3 of them are going to be circus acts. 3 of them are going to be like they're going to have to go replay to see if his butt hit the ground before he threw it or not, and his eyes are closed, and the ball is going to be thrown like a punt, and it's either going to fall harmlessly incomplete or it's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, it's either pick 6 or a sack. One or the other.
And the offense throws the challenge flag to ask for the sack. Like 67 plays are going to be really good. 3 are going to be like the yakety sax music in the back, right? That's Carson Beck in a little way. He's got a little bit of the Jameis Winston ratio. And for Jameis Winston's entire career, by the way, he's starting for the Giants this weekend. They benched Russ for Jameis Winston. For Jameis Winston's entire NFL career, coordinators have been saying, yeah, if we can just coach the 3 yakety sax plays out of his game, he'll be an all-pro. And the only one that's ever done it, Sean Payton did it for 6 games. 6 games when he was with the New Orleans Saints. I want to say he went like 5 of them without a turnover, and the 6th was a normal turnover. And I was like, oh my gosh, did they get the Jameis Winston ratio out of Jameis? Then he went somewhere else, and it all came right back. Carson Beck has some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're NC State, you better be opportunistic on those 3 plays, right? If those plays fall harmlessly incomplete, you're just going to catch the good version of Carson Beck, and that's not fun. He throws a really pretty ball. And Tony, their young wide receiver, is a stud. Like if you just get the good and you don't take advantage of the bad, they'll catch you. But when you hear that music, that you should know it's time to make a play. How funny would that be if all of a sudden everyone's like, hey, heads up, look up, where's the ball? Turn around. It's like the Jaws music. That's when you know the shark is around. When Yakety Sax is playing, that's how you know the ball is up for grabs. Would make it much easier. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. From that game, which could have C.J. Bailey throwing for 4 touchdowns, Carson Beck throwing for 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, the just NFL offensive talent all over the place, to the polar opposite. UNC at Wake Forest tomorrow at 4:30. Actually, here's the question, Dennis. State Miami starts at 3:30. UNC Wake starts at 4:30. Which one finishes first?
Push. They might finish at the same time, for real.
UNC and Wake Forest are a match made in ugly football heaven. UNC, as of right now, and I judge my offense and defensive outputs by scoring, right? So points allowed or points scored. UNC has the 5th best defense in the ACC. They allow the 5th fewest points per game of any defense in the ACC. But they have the 2nd worst offense in the ACC in points scored. 5th best defense, 2nd worst offense. Wake Forest has the 2nd best defense in the ACC by points scored. But they have the 4th worst offense in the ACC by points scored. And if we're being real here about UNC, they're not the same team they were at the beginning. They're playing better defense, and they have the 5th best defense, but they're playing better than that at this moment. So let's bump them up to 3rd. And if we're being real, Wake has been playing worse offensively than they were earlier in the year. So let's bump down their 4th worst offense to maybe 3rd worst offense. That is 2 of the 3 worst offenses against 2 of the 3 best defenses in the ACC. It might be a race to 14.
What could go wrong?
It might be a race to 12. Like, if you get to 12 first, the other team's looking at it going, well, I don't know where we're going to come up with another 6 points. We've spent all our ammunition, and we're here at 9. Like, there's no way we're going to get to 14.
This could be a situation where the defenses outscore the offenses. You get like a pick 6 or fumble
Kick
recovery,
return.
something like that.
Actually, Barnes for Wake Forest, he returned a kick, right? The opening kick against NC State.
Yeah, that's right.
If he could be the difference, like one of those plays. If I'm the special teams coordinator, I'm striking the fear into my special teams units going, a blocked punt, we might never recover, right? We give them the ball on a punt at our own 12. They score a touchdown. That might be all she wrote. We need to be on our P's and Q's this week. But here's the other thing, right? As much as I'm making this kind of like jokey and fun, Wake has won 4 of their last 5. UNC is 4 centimeters of leaning forward in overtime against Virginia, and a fumble down on the goal line the previous week, and I'm blanking on whoever it was. Cal? No, they was it Cal? Maybe.
Yeah, against Cal they had the fumbles on the goal line. Against
Exactly.
Virginia they've had them as well.
They were inches away in 2 games from winning their last 4. They've actually won their last 2, but the previous 2 were by an eyelash. So they're kind of playing winning football over the last month, both of these teams. It's just not pretty football, right? It's a defensive line coach's dream, right? It's a defensive coordinator on the freshman team. It's his dream, right? He's just talking about making the game ugly. That's what this is. UNC at Wake Forest is not for painting pictures. But that's kind of an opportunity for UNC, right? UNC going up against a team that, at least over the last month, hasn't even really been a threat to score 30. Because that's got to be the biggest fear for UNC, right? An opposing team offense scores 28, scores 30, scores 32, and now they're like, oh gosh, we're gonna have to score a ton on offense, and we don't have that in our arsenal. That's their fear, right? I love quoting the movie Moneyball. I don't know if I've quoted this particular scene on the show yet, so let's check another one off. I'm going to get to them all at some point in time. When David Justice talks to Scott Hatteberg, who's learning how to play first base, eating the cereal.
Yeah, hey, what's your biggest fear?
What's your biggest fear? Oh, the ball's hitting my general direction. Funny, man. No, seriously. No, seriously. Ball hitting my general direction. Like, if you're...
Good luck with that.
Yeah, eating cereal. Good luck with that. If you're UNC's offense, hey, UNC's offense, what's your biggest fear? Having to score points? You're an offense. That's funny. No, seriously. Having to score points. It's our biggest fear, right? The time that UNC's season changed, right, these last 2 wins, I think coincides with the time where the defense looked at the offense and said, give us 17. That's all we need. Don't worry about anything more. Give us 17, and we'll help you with it. We'll give you a short field or 2. Like, that's when their season changed. Maybe they can keep it going against Wake. Maybe. But I can tell you this, there's above 0% chance that Jake Dickert's going to play part of what I just said for his team. He's getting them motivated all kinds of which ways. So if I say, like, Wake Forest offense can't score, that might be like posted in all of their locker rooms. Jake Dickert is an old school coach's coach.
Mm-hmm.
So here you go, coach. I'll give this one to you for free. Wake stinks. They're not going to, they're not going to be able to move the ball at all. UNC has 2 of the top 3 sacks guys in the country, or in the ACC conference, but it feels like the country they're playing that well. Melkart Abu-Jaude, what's Wake going to do with that? Now.
By the way, Tom in our YouTube live chat said it might be first to double figures in the Wake UNC game. Not wrong.
No. I actually laugh about it all the time. On DraftKings Sportsbook, when you're betting on games, if you scroll through the props, sometimes they give you race 2, and it's like, they Like in the NFL, you can do race to 40 receiving yards, and you can pick the player you think will get to 40 receiving yards first. For games, you can get to race to 10, race to 20, and it's not who wins the game; it's who crosses that plateau first. And there's always like race to 14, and it's team A, team B, no team. And I always laugh when I see it, and it's like race to 10, and one of the options is no team, and it's a huge payout. If there were a game to pick the no team on a race to 10, it might be it. This could be LSU Alabama from like 07, 9-6. Just field goals and punts. Could be. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Let's get to one of our favorite segments of the day. Canes' first goal scorer predictions. I need a storm. Beautiful. 919-860-5326. That's 919-860-5326. Call in now with who you think will score the first goal of the game for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight versus Vancouver. We're talking about tonight only, not tomorrow's game against Edmonton. Who will score the first goal of the game for the Canes and in what period they will score it? 919-860-5326. Prove you know Canes hockey. 919-860-5326. While Dennis lines up the callers, I will give you the first goal score predictions from our 99.9 The Fan personalities. Paul Ihander, the host of Next Up, 9 to 10 every weekday. He's gone with Taylor Hall in the first. Says it'll be on a rush. Max, the producer of Next Up, has Carrier in the first, and he said it's in the first 7 minutes. He thinks Carrier opens it up early. Adam Gold, you know him, Adam Gold Show. Stormwatch, Canes Corner, all that. He has Jackson Blake in the first on a breakaway, and he gave us an additional prediction. Last goal scorer, Aho in overtime. Victoria and myself, Victoria from the Adam Gold Show and myself, have gone with the same skater, so I'll save that until I reveal mine. And Dennis will give you his. Also, after we hear from our callers, we have Jonathan in Chapel Hill. Jonathan, thank you for calling in. Welcome to the show. Who scores the first goal and in what period?
Hey, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's going to be Robinson.
Oh.
Cocken in the first.
All right.
KK is going to pick somebody's pocket, and it's going to turn into a breakaway or partial breakaway for Robinson, and he's going to bury it.
All right, I like it. Did you have that when you called in? That felt like you were improving a little bit. Like was that just spur of the moment inspiration?
No, I remembered Robinson. I just didn't remember how I got there.
All right, I like it. Thank you very much for the call, Jonathan. Good luck. Tim and Zeppelin.
All the best, guys.
Tim and Zeppelin is up next. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Tim, who scores the first goal and in what period?
Hey, I'm going with Ehlers in the first.
Ehlers in the first. Do you want to throw any other details on there for extra bragging rights?
No, he just feel he's been hot. He's got 5-6 points the last 5 or 6 games. So he's been steady. So let's just keep rolling with it.
All right, right in the hot hand. I like it. Tim, appreciate the call. You are locked in. Good luck to you.
Sweet, thank you.
And finally, our last caller, Sam in Raleigh. Sam, welcome to the show. Give us your first goal score prediction.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to keep it simple. We'll go Aho in the first on a power play. Get it started early.
I like it. I like hearing power play as well. So I hope you're right. Appreciate the call, Sam.
I hope so too.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate the call. You're locked in. Good luck to you. Dennis, before we head to our Twitter and our YouTube comments and all the other first goal score predictions, give us yours. Who scores the first goal and in what period?
So I'm actually going to give credit because I had a couple different guys in mind. I was kind of torn a little bit. So I'm actually going to give credit to one of our listeners, actually, for my inspiration. One of our viewers in our YouTube live chat. This one comes from Chris. He says he's going with the birthday boy, Taylor Hall, in the first. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go Taylor Hall in the first. Happy birthday, Taylor Hall. Celebrate that with a goal, first period tonight.
Along those lines, the cosmic alignment, Paul Ihander, by the way, if you didn't know, his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Paul.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. It was a busy day yesterday. It was chaos all over the place.
A little bit.
But it was Paul's birthday. He picked Taylor Hall today without knowing that it was Taylor Hall's birthday.
Look at that.
So the birthday from yesterday picked the birthday from today without knowing that there was birthday alignment at all, and he picked him in the first.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul. Happy birthday, Taylor. Happy birthday, Paul and Hall. There should be some kind of a banned there. Victoria from the Adam Gold Show, and myself have gone with the same player for today's first goal score prediction, Stankoven in the first. The details Victoria gave not in the first 10 minutes. I said both Ehlers and Blake get assists. I think it's a full line party there for Stankoven. I mean, part of it is, you throw some punches last game, you come into this game, you score a goal. It's just good Stankoven vibes right now. Dennis, anything interesting happening in the YouTube live stream comments with first goal score predictions?
So we had JJ first goal, Nikolai Ehlers in the first period on the power play. Tom also says Stankoven in the first period as well. We also have Boris saying Ehlers early in the first period on a feed from Blake, bar down, which I like the sound of that as well. And also we have another Blake in the first period as well. So
here's what I'm learning, right? I appreciate everybody that comments. I put out the tweet every game day asking for first goal score predictions. We do the whole thing. I read them all, and if you get them right, I give you your credit on them all. I also like looking at the big picture and trying to come up with themes. This is tough because I'm very greedy when it comes to Sebastian Aho. Like, I set very high expectations. I want him to be a 100-point guy. I think there's another level for him to get, particularly if he allowed himself to get angry more often. I think the Aho discourse is pretty crazy. There's a lot of Aho predictions that come with a comment of like, what's going on with Aho? He needs to get back on track. He had a rough game against Washington. Prior to that, he had 5 points in 4 games. Like, he's allowed, and I don't want to say he's allowed to. It's understandable to go a game without a point or to have a bad turnover. One of the superpowers that I think Sebastian Aho has is he so rarely lets one bad game become like 5 bad games, right? When you see teams or a player go on a slump for like a long stretch, it doesn't happen for Aho very much. I think one of his superpowers is his ability to flush and get better. So I'm glad that everybody is using their first goal score predictions to choose Aho as if he needs like this boost coming out. It's almost like they're treating him in some ways like they were Ehlers when Ehlers didn't score a goal in his first 11 games, and they're just like, I just want to see him, put one in the back of the net. Meanwhile, Aho's coming off like a nice little stretch. So I don't think we have to worry about the Aho yet.
I just find it interesting. He had a 9-game point streak to start the year. Mm-hmm. Then he had back-to-back games where he didn't have a point. Okay. Then he had points in 4 straight again.
5 points.
5 points in 4 games.
2 goals in his most recent 2 before Washington.
Yeah.
It's
okay. Tuesday was a struggle for everybody. Okay.
I love that expectations are super high for Aho. I think they should be. I think his talent warrants that. I don't want to get into a pity party after one rougher game, right? And I know it's not just that he didn't score, didn't have a point. He also had, some questionable decisions and turnovers and things. But I talk about in all sports, if you make me choose one player to have a bad game, I often will say the best player, right? Like if you make me choose somebody to have an off game, I usually choose like the Hall of Famer on the roster because I'm more confident that they're going to get out of it quicker, that they'll be fine next week. I'm not going to worry about them. Aho having one off game does not make me want to go like, geez, let's make sure we get Aho one early in this one so he doesn't go in the tank. I'm good with Aho. I'll read this one just because it's nicer and it has a bunch of likes from other people. I like that on these Twitter comments, people are going and liking other people's predictions that they enjoy. So this one has one of the most likes. Feels like a classic Aho Jarvie night. The line wasn't good against the Caps on Tuesday. And Aho never lets bad games become bad streaks. Kaniakali. We're awesome. We're on the same page. Aho dishes one to Jarvie in the first, and Jarvie buries it. I think it's a multi-point game for Fishy tonight, though. I'll take that. There's a lot of Hall. There's a lot of birthday stuff. Some Millers, some Stankovens. Svetch on the power play. That'd be nice. Walker, a floater from the blue line. How you like that?
Because why not?
Because why not? I think, actually, if there's going to be a real random one, it'll be tomorrow. I think tonight, if there's going to be a Carrier backhanded, like something on a ridiculous rush or something. I think that's for tomorrow if we're looking for just the off the wall. But I'll take it today if he wants to do it. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Let's talk about off the wall. Tim Donnelly here for Bailey's Fine Jewelry, where if you walk into the Fox and Bailey watch shop, they'll take a watch right off the wall, let you try it on, which means you get to feel the power of what it feels like to wear a pre-owned or vintage Rolex before you make that sizable investment, right? You get to feel the power of what it feels like to have a Moonwatch, the Omega Speedmaster on your wrist. Look at it in the mirror, see how it feels. And also see how it feels, right? Little things that if you're new to the watch game, you may not be aware of. There's a bigger difference than you think between a 39 millimeter watch face and a 42 millimeter watch face, right? Even 3 millimeters, who cares? Just give me that one. I don't know. Try it on, right? Bigger people like the bigger watch face. Some smaller people like they just like the way it feels. Put that dinner plate right there on your wrist and let everybody see it. My point is, try them on. Call them up. Talk to them at Fox and Bailey Watch Shop. They have experts that'll tell you the latest in trends, whether you care about the trends or not, right? If you want to be on trend or if you want to be a little bit more unique, they know it all. And put on the watch. It makes you feel good, right? Go get one of those Blancpain 50 Fathoms. It makes you feel special. Fox and Bailey Watch Shop, located inside Bailey's Fine Jewelry at their Village District location. Make sure they know you heard about it right here from me, Tim, on 99.9 The Fan. When we come back, we get into our Panthers paw print and make some real bold predictions. Stick around.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Vancouver.
Off the inboard, Stanko setting it up for Blake. Oh, with the loose change, and he scores!
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6:30. Puck drop at 7.
Stankoven scores! Oh, that's a Hall of Fame goal! What a setup! A monster for number 22. It's 5-4.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Get ready, Durham. The CIAA Football Championship is coming to Durham County Memorial Stadium Saturday, November 15th. Don't miss your chance to experience the culture and tradition of HBCU football as the two top teams in the conference battle it out for the title of CIAA Football Champion. Visit DurhamNCSports.com for more information and to secure your tickets today. That's DurhamNCSports.com for CIAA Football Championship tickets.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Hey, what do you say? John Forsland here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. During hockey season, I'm bouncing from coast to coast like a puck on ice. But when I'm back in town, I always head to Buffalo Brothers for the best wings on the planet. And check this out. Now they have a new flavor, chili lime. You can't beat the great specials at all 5 Triangle locations, like half-price pizzas, Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6. You can dine in or carry out. BuffBrothers.com. Aw, man, now I want wings.
Looking at the film, having some conversations, that game was not good enough. In all the different phases, certainly you talk about, the critical variables for how we've won. First and foremost, it's about the ball. We turned it over twice, really 3 times, had a roughing the passer call and an early interception on the first drive, kept us alive and took advantage of that one. And then on the defensive side, we didn't get the ball away from them.
That's the voice of Dave Canales, head coach, Carolina Panthers. Before we get into our Panthers paw print, one more observation on first goal score predictions, because a bunch continue to stream into my Twitter. I think that maybe a stereotype that has changed. Fans may take a while, or media may take a while to recognize that it's changed. I'll give you an example. I think right now with the Philadelphia Eagles, Devontae Smith is their number 1 wide receiver, but it's taking media and fans a little, like A.J. Brown is their number one wide receiver, right? It's like the change happens, then there's a delay, and then it takes part. I completely understand why if you're making first goal scorer predictions, you might even throw as a detail just power play goal in there as a throw-in, because you're conditioned to think that power play is more likely to happen on the power play, right? When you get on the power play, goals happen more often. This year's Canes team might want to change that to 5-on-5, right? There might have been a change in the percentages that you're taking a little while to catch up to. I don't know if they've changed based on like last night's games. They were second worst in the league in power play percentage as of yesterday when I was preparing for the show. So, if you're having a hard time getting a detail to add on there, try something else. I'm just trying to help you out. I want you to be right, and the power play has not been fantastic. That being said, a lot of 5-on-5 goals. There's actually a really good article on The Athletic about the 5 breakout sophomores, second-year players in the NHL. 2 of them are on the Canes. It's Blake and Stankoven. And almost, I was like chuckling to myself. In their little details, the explanations that they give for how they're breaking out, all of the stats are like per 60 minutes of 5-on-5, per 5-on-5 goals, 5-on-5 points. Everything is just 5-on-5. I'm like, well, that's because ain't none of it coming on the power play. But it's good. Plenty. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, who cares if it's Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown as long as they're catching passes? You know what I mean? Who cares if it's power play or 5-on-5 as long as goals are being scored? With that being said, let's jump to little paw print action. Panthers paw print brought to you by Wake Orthopedics, your winning team for orthopedic care, proudly serving the Triangle with multiple locations. Find yours at wakeortho.com. That's wakeortho.com. Dennis, let's hit some players of particular importance for the Carolina Panthers this weekend as they visit the Atlanta Falcons Sunday at 1. Who's your player to watch?
Player I'm actually going to be looking forward a little bit off the beaten path. It's Claudin Cherylus, the off-ball linebacker. Trevin Wallace, the second-year linebacker out of Kentucky, not playing this weekend because of a shoulder injury. So Claudin Cherylus going to be sliding in to the starting role in place of Claudin Cherylus. So something to keep an eye on. It's just how the roles on the defense are going to be changed up a little bit. Don't be surprised if Christian Roseboom takes back over the play-calling duties on defense. But Claudin Cherylus sliding into that off-ball linebacker position, something to watch out for, especially when you're trying to contain guys like Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier.
I was just going to say, off-ball backers, I'm sure they like the really versatile. And by the way,
Kyle Pitts, the tight end too.
Tyler Algier. I don't know if you saw the Falcons said he's the most under-talked about superstar in the league.
Oh, look at that.
And Bijan Robinson fantasy owners everywhere went, no, he's not. Give the ball to Bijan on the goal line.
What star? Yeah. I don't see a star.
They give the ball to Algier on the goal line a lot. My Panthers paw print kind of I'll go with something a little off the beaten path as well. I'm going Jalen Coker.
I considered him, but yeah.
I think they need, and the Saints game displayed the need under a spotlight, under a magnifying glass. They need to get the pass game going somehow, and it can't just be Teteroa McMillan. I don't think it takes a ton of other, but you need to do something. So, like, you open up Teteroa McMillan, or you keep teams honest in the other way if they're going to shade safeties and everything towards Teteroa McMillan. So Jalen Coker to me is the pick. It's really interesting how during the preseason you trade away Adam Thielen, and the assumed kind of logic behind that trade is, well, Jalen Coker's ready to step up into that role. And now we're 10 games in, and I know he dealt with the injury, so that's part of it. But 10 games in, he really hasn't even been given a chance to play that role. So I want Coker to simply be given more chances, right? Now I want him to be perhaps at the expense of some others. Like I won't be very upset if Xavier Legette isn't 5 targets. And I know he hasn't been that super recently, but he has been at times. I want Teteroa McMillan and Jalen Coker to be the guys powering the receiving part of the team. And what better week to start than now? All right. Actually, no, let's give one each. There's not enough time here for bold predictions. Do you have any who else was in the running for your Carolina Panthers Paul Print player?
Jalen Coker.
Yep.
Jalen Coker.
Do you know who was actually my runner-up?
Who's that?
And it's funny because we both went I'll go off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to go Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's fair.
And just say this season, right? Any game from this point forward could realistically come down to, do you have enough in the passing game to keep him honest? And as much as I'd want to put that on Jalen Coker or this guy or that guy or Dave Canales, it really comes down to Bryce, right? You got to strike a little bit of fear in the pass game. And, 2 deep balls, 2 deep completions. That's it. I'll build off that with the statistical decisions that are made. By the way, Panthers Paul Print brought to you by Wake Orthopedics, your winning team for orthopedic care, proudly serving the Triangle with multiple locations. Find yours at wakeortho.com. I have this thing with running backs all the time, where to get to a 4.5 yards per carry, which is a really good number. That's a really healthy running game. It feels like a little fraudulent when you have a 60-yard carry in there, right? Because it's actually, outside of that one really long touchdown run, you only averaged 2.7 yards per carry. But that's how averages work, right? You're not going to, you look at the best running backs of all time in yards per carry, they're the home run hitters, right? It's much easier to move your average up in yards per carry with 160-yard run than with 108-yard runs. So you need those long plays, right? And the same thing is true for passing yardage, right? Bryce is hitting 120 yards a game pretty much on average the last 3. 128, 134, 102, whatever they've been. I'm just grabbing numbers.
No, you're not that wrong.
You're not going to hit 250 with 7 yards, 8 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. You're going to need 35, and you're going to need 50, and you're going to need 28. You need to push it downfield, and it only takes, just like for a running back, 160-yarder, you're going to hit 100 yards, right? If you get any other kind of volume, you're going to be a 100-yard rusher largely off of one play, and that's a great game for you. You can be on the field for 60 plays. You have 160-yard rush, pretty much a good game, right? Same is true for Bryce Young. If he throws just one, 50-yard touchdown, I guarantee you he finishes with 150 yards passing, right? And I guarantee you his yards per attempt and his average depth of target and all these stats that are getting waved in his face as, this is such a bad problem. This is it's fixed with one, at least for that game. It's fixed with one. Just give me one. Just give me one. I used to have the same thought when I was playing. J.C. Horn falls down.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Olave catches it. He could have moonwalked into the end zone, right? Just you get lucky. I used to watch football. I'd watch. Say we played. Our game was on a Thursday. We had a Thursday night college football game. I'd sit on Saturday and watch, and I'd see, a blown coverage and a guy just wide open. Why don't I ever get those? Right? I have the same feeling for Bryce. Right? Justin Fields yesterday, the touchdown he threw. I mean, he could have thrown it with his offhand. The guy could have fair caught it. Bryce has to be watching going, when do I get that? When do I get the one where the best corner in the league maybe in J.C. Horn falls down and Chris Olave gets to walk into the end zone? When do I get that one? I don't know when you get it, but when you do, a lot of those stats will be fixed. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. As we move on and move towards the starting 5, I want to take this time to talk to you about Maynard Service Company. Tim Donnelly here for Maynard Service Company. This one's easy, right? Why does all the good things happen to someone? Well, guess what? You can choose to get Maynard Service Company involved in fixing your house. It's not a game of chance. You take the number. When something bad happens, you call them. Good things will happen to you too. Right? Oh, no, this leak is above my kitchen. I'm feeling dripping water. That's not a good thing. Call Maynard Service Company. Look at that. Fixed, efficiently, quality, right? For the long haul. It's not something that's going to break again in a month, right? It's done quickly, affordably. Why do good things happen to everybody else? Well, if you call Maynard Service Company, they can happen to you as well. And if you don't, you're taking a chance. We've all been there. I know I have, working with not Manor Service Company, and all of a sudden you get into a real fiasco with somebody fixing your house. Estimates changing constantly. We'll be there to finish it on Tuesday. Suddenly it's Thursday. You still can't use your kitchen. No. And you're sitting there going, why do I always get the bad technicians? It's because you didn't call Manor. This one's not up to chance. It's up to you. Give Manor Service Company a call. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, whatever you need, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all across the triangle. 919-361-0993. That's 919-361-0993. Or visit them online at ManorServices.com. MAYNOR Services.com. That was supposed to say services. I don't know what happened with my voice there. The starting five is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Move your sports day forward.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Bryce, shame on me. It'll take a Herculean effort to get Panthers fans to believe you're the guy that can help them go next level. When you can't run and that's your team identity, you gotta pass. When you can't pass, what are you? No late season stat padding is gonna change opinions a second time.
Get set up. Join Next Up with Paul Ihander. Mornings at 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Waking up, getting ready, sitting in traffic. Let's face it, getting to work in the morning is a lot of work. But when you get a great deal on your favorite McDonald's coffee, becoming a morning person is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now, get any size refreshingly cold iced coffee for $1, a delicious mocha for $2, and a frappe for $3. Available only during breakfast hours. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. How can compound interest, first of all, what is it, and how can it work against us?
Yeah, well, it's a good thing when you're trying to grow money. It's a bad thing when you've already borrowed money, because compound adds interest to the interest you already got. So if you're growing money, that's good. You earn interest this year. Next year, you're going to earn interest on your principal balance plus the interest you already earned. Therefore, it compounds.
That's like a Roth IRA in a good way.
Or any kind of savings account where you're compounding. Make sure it's not simple interest. Simple interest means you're not earning interest but once a year, and it's on the principal only, not the interest that's added to it.
Well, what's bad compound interest?
Bad compounding is when you get like a credit card every single month, the interest you didn't pay, they add interest to that plus the balance. It grows like crazy. You've seen that with any debt you have. It's not a good thing.
No.
So again, turn the tables on the debt world. Call now. We'll put a total plan together for you so you can be in charge of your financial situation.
Call him now, 919-794-7900, or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
Here's Brandon with Parkway Sleep Centers.
Tired of waiting for a sleep treatment? At other sleep centers, it can take 6 to 8 months just to get an appointment and cost you thousands more. Not Parkway Sleep Health Centers. We schedule you within weeks and we'll save you money too. We have over 20 years of experience serving the Triangle. Let our expert team help you sleep better sooner.
End your sleep problems. Live your best life. Experience the Parkway Sleep difference. Visit parkwaysleep.com and start your journey to better sleep today. Parkway Sleep Health Centers. Sound sleep. Sound health.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at richielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Kat Campbell. Your Friday evening should factor in a jacket or an extra layer at least. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s this evening, bottoming out in the mid-40s by daybreak. Saturday, we warm up, 74 degrees with more clouds. Sunday, a breezy day with highs in the mid-70s.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 5 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones at the closing bell down 309 points today to 47,147.
It's 5 o'clock. Time to serve up the biggest sports stories of the day. Here comes your starting five.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. It is Friday at 5. Congratulations, everybody. You made it. assuming you work a traditional Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, it's the weekend. Thank you for starting your weekend with us here on 99.9 The Fan on The Drive. You know what we do on the starting five? We start with number 5, so let's get right into it.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
NC State this weekend has a busy sports weekend, kind of. Basketball team is just figuring it out because they had, their win a couple nights ago. They have 3 technicals in 3 games. The Will Wade era, full steam ahead. They play VCU earlier next week, so that's what they're focused on. The football team, on the other hand, at number 15 in the country, Miami. You know what? This one, like the ACC has put themselves in such a tough situation because, NC State needs to beat Miami, right? They're number 15 in the country. They beat number 8 Georgia Tech last week, and it would really set themselves up with momentum. But the moment Miami loses to NC State, they're not going to be ranked. It's like it's darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? If we don't win, well, you got beat by a good team. If you beat them, well, you didn't beat a good team. It's so messed up the way because the ACC right now has everybody in a band of the CFP rankings between 15 and 22. Right? None higher, none below as far as the 5 teams ranked. Between 15 and 22 means if you lose to an unranked team, you're likely falling out of the rankings. So that's so, like, all risk, no reward, right? If NC State beats Miami, Miami's going to be unranked, and it's going to be like, well, you didn't beat anybody. You just beat an unranked team. I don't know. It's not very fair. CJ Bailey, though, I'm looking for big things. I'm looking for the next step. I've been very pro CJ Bailey all season. Into the offseason, I think he's shown all of the potential in the world. I don't want to say the final frontier, but one of the last big climbs before he reaches the summit, right? One of the Hillary step if you're climbing as Everest. Consistency. And maybe the last summit would be doing it consistently against the best teams. Right? When I talk with, by the way, check out Pack Therapy, the podcast. New episode out everywhere you find your podcasts. 99.9 The Fan app, our YouTube. I co-host it with Mike Lennon. We talk NC State football. Every time we talk about CJ Bailey as a pro prospect, Mike says the same thing. You know what film scouts are going to throw on first. Notre Dame, Miami. Like they want to see you up against other NFL talent. So, great. You played awesome against, name your run-of-the-mill ACC team. That's going to be the 7th game they watch. Their first impression's already going to be filled. Miami might be the first game they throw on. So, if you want to make a statement, this is the game to do it.
Yeah, they're not going to throw on the game against Campbell.
Yeah. They'll watch it, but their opinion will already be, solidified by that point, right? The NFL is going to watch every snap, but the first 3 games, first impressions, it's human nature, right? They're going to throw on Notre Dame, which wasn't his best game. They're going to throw on Miami. We'll see. Though they might throw on Georgia Tech, although that defense, not the strong point. It's a good statement game for him. That's number 5. Let's get to number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, all together.
Off the back. Iron Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
So here's the deal. Not only does UNC have a busy basketball weekend, they've already kicked off their weekend with a victory. 2026 top 20 basketball recruit, Maximo Adams. Tell me that's not an all-time
That's a great name.
Maximo Adams.
It's going to be fun for play-by-play purposes.
Oh, a lot of to
Maximo!
the max! Maximo! Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. And not only that, you could go da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. The Adams family. Come on.
Okay, all right. I see what you did there.
You hit so many references that I don't know. I come right down the middle with the Adams family snaps.
I know exactly where you're going with it.
He's committed to North Carolina. He is a 6'7" small forward in the 2026 class, I believe. One of the top 20 recruits in the country, depending on where you look. 16th, 18th, whatever, depending on which site. But he chose the Tar Heels over Kentucky, Michigan State, and Texas in their final rankings. Or his final four, I guess you could say. Credit to UNC. It's a big get. When it comes to actual already enrolled playing UNC athletes, football is at Wake tomorrow. Dare I say winnable? Even though Wake, by the way, shout out to Jake Dickert. Very good, very, very good season for Wake based on where expectations were. Do you know what is an underlying part of the storyline for this one? Both coaches took over their program this offseason. Right? For all of the, but it's Bill Belichick's first year. Give him time. He's building something. You can't really use that to soften the results if they're not good against another team who has a coach in his first year. Right? Bill Belichick and UNC get smoked by TCU in the opener. You can say, hey, TCU, that coach has him cranking. He's been doing really well. He was in this game, that game. They won this game. Hoover, their quarterback, was good last year. It was Bill Belichick's first game, and you can soften the blow. You can't really go Wake Forest should have beaten them. They're so much more established. It's no, wait a second. Their coach is brand new as well, right? Their quarterback was a transfer as well.
Their coach got hired after Belichick.
Yeah, well, I don't know what we're doing here. So maybe it's a good test of how they've imparted their culture quickly. And I think it's winnable for both teams. They both have not great offenses and pretty good defenses. On the basketball side of things, UNC is hosting NC Central tonight at 9. UNC up to 18th in the AP poll. UNC should win by a bunch. Don't get me wrong. That's what this game is there. It's a bye game to go win by a bunch. I think they're going to have some pent-up energy from the Radford game. UNC played against Radford. I don't think they won by as much as they wanted to. I think it was a very difficult game to play based on how often the referees blew their whistle. It was hard to get into a rhythm. Caleb Wilson was in foul trouble for a big part of the first half. I would be bracing for impact if I were NC Central in the first half. I think Caleb Wilson might dunk everything just off of I didn't like the way that Radford game went. Just thought. Just possibility. What could happen. But that one's at 9 o'clock, so a little late night action. That was number 4. Let's hit number 3.
End zone for Brown on the left. He's got it! Touchdown! Quayshawn Brown, full extension! And the Blue Devils are an extra point away from tying it.
Duke also got big recruiting news today. UNC and Duke, they're always doing the little eye for an eye, tit for a tat, whatever you want to call it.
Don't forget, State got a top 100 recruit as well.
The sign. They got the commitment a while ago. They got the official signing, so they can talk about theirs.
That's true. They can.
Duke does. When Duke gets a verbal commitment or a pick the hat commitment ceremony, they send out the same video every time, and it's just of the brotherhood saying another one. Here's Jay Billis saying another one. Here's Tyus Jones saying another one. They do the whole thing because they can't talk about it until it's signed. NC State, they get to sign with theirs, and another 6'10", 6'11" guy coming in. But Duke got Cam Williams to commit. He is a top 10 recruit, also like 6'10", 6'11", power forward.
Number 1 power forward in the class.
For the 2026 class, top 10 overall player. Again, depending where you're looking, 6 to 8 overall in the class. So that's a big get for Duke basketball. Looking at the players that are enrolled, that are playing, already wearing the jerseys for Duke. Duke football tomorrow, 3:30, versus Virginia at home, number 19 in the country. We're not the only ones to say it, but we've been saying it. This is a playoff game, right? Each of these teams are amongst the 5 remaining teams in the ACC with 1 loss in the conference. If you win this one, Virginia has. They have 1 more team. Just Virginia Tech after this, I believe. Because they had maybe a bye or something. I think they only play this game and Virginia Tech, and then their season their regular season is done. Duke doesn't exactly have a murderer's row lined up after this one. You get Virginia, then at North Carolina versus Wake Forest. If you win this one and you take care of business in the games you should win, there's a very good chance you're in the ACC championship. If you lose this one, you're going to need a lot of help to even be mathematically possible to make the ACC championship. Thus, your playoffs start now, Duke. Treat it as such. Treat it like if you lose, you're going home. Even though you're not, you still got more games to play, but your goals change dramatically. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I've definitely observed this. Most teams in college sports, the goal they talk about the most is win your conference. And then everything on top of that is kind of like, we got to win our conference first. You want to win your conference. And every team can kind of realistically say that, right? If we have a magical season, we can win our conference. Talking about national championships sometimes gets, there's only one a year across the entire country. You can call that out as a goal a lot and fall short a lot. Conference championships seem to be what you talk about. Duke still has the ability. They still have the option. Got to beat Virginia, though. Can't get there if you don't beat Virginia. Figure out what happened against UConn. Don't let it happen again. And then their basketball team. Duke basketball hosting Indiana State tonight at 7. This will be a conversation we have, more about Duke when they get to some of their bigger non-conference games. But I still don't know what Duke is this year. I still don't know what their identity is. I don't know what their story is going to be. And maybe, they haven't been challenged really in their non-conference. I know that they played very well in the second half against Texas, but last year, and by the way, I'm going further than surface level, okay? If you look at last year's Duke team, ask a fan from Wisconsin. Actually, that's bad because that's where Con Knippel's from. You ask a player from Seattle, a fan, hey, what was Duke's season about last year? They go, oh, it's Cooper Flagg and all those NBA guys. That wasn't the real story. That wasn't the real identity of last year's Duke team. The identity of last year's Duke team was a smothering defensive unit with ridiculously long wingspans that would ruin your offensive flow. That's what they leaned on when times got tough. I don't know what that is for this year's Duke team. Right? Surface level, it's it's the Boozer twins. That's the thing, right? You got it's Carlos Boozer's kids. That's what this season's about. Below that, I don't know yet. Still early. We'll find out. I don't think we're going to find out against Indiana State tonight at 7. I think it'll be largely just a win. But I do want to know. I'm still watching. I'm still hunting for it. I'll let you know when I figure it out, or you let me know if you figure it out. Help me, and you help me, and I help you. Scratching backs, I forget the saying. That's number 3. Let's get to number 2.
Just the two. Young the snap. Hands to Dowdle. Finds a hole. Right side. Rico in for 6. Run, Rico, run.
The Carolina Panthers are going to Atlanta on Sunday, trying to get back in the win column. And, we can say this over and over and over again. Be above 500 at the latest point in the season in years. They're still 5-5. Feels like that last loss was worth 6, but they're still 5-5. It was just one loss. Dave Canales spoke to the media today about how everybody's working on getting the pass game going.
It's a collective group effort. It starts with myself and Brad, making sure we put a good plan together, getting the guys in position to be successful, running routes that complement their skill sets, and then from there it's just about chemistry and timing, and something that the guys have been working tirelessly on, for weeks now. And they continue to grow together. They continue to take strides, and I'm excited to see them out there this week. As the hard work, what I know is that hard work works, and if you continue to work on it, talk to each other, that's what's been happening, and that's what I expect to happen with this group.
It's everybody, all hands on deck. I'm torn on this one, and what I mean by that is I like the team first, team always, team only thing, so I'm not criticizing anyone for saying it. Everybody needs to work on it. There are definitely people that need to play better individually, aside from just everybody needs to play better, and you know the names. Right? The crazy part is I haven't said a name yet, and all of you are thinking of somebody. Yep, you're right. I don't think the coach has to say it, but it's known. Right? It's one of those things everybody knows. The other interesting part of this one, I don't know if it's a revenge game. Right? People are talking about Cooper Kupp revenge game against the Rams this weekend. Seattle against the Rams. That's a revenge game. I don't know if there's a revenge game for the Falcons lost to the Panthers 30-0 earlier this year. It's like, oh, the team that we knew was trying to beat us. Now we're going to get them back. I don't know if that's the same. But either way, Dave Canales was asked how much the first Falcons matchup carries over into this one.
We just focus on the week at hand. We don't really look back and, make a lot of exclamations about what's happened in the past, really just try to build off of the game we just played, fix and correct the things, the fundamental parts that we can, and then go to the next opponent. And of course, as you can understand, as the season goes along and as you start to find an identity for what your team looks like, that happens across the board. And so we got to look at most recently, what the Falcons have looked like in the last couple of games and what we've looked like and what we can take advantage of on our side of it. And then, of course, just being aware of what they're trying to do and accomplish on both, really in all three phases. And so that's got to be the focus. That works. And it allows the guys to just be really, in tuned on what's happening now and what the opportunity is right in front of us.
I'd rather build off the first Falcons game than off the Saints game. If we had to choose a starting point, I would rather start it after the Falcons game than what they put on the field last week. But that's just my druthers on that one. I don't think it matters much.
No, it doesn't.
I think the first quarter matters. Meaning, like, if you're going to connect last game to this one, meaning the last time the Falcons played the Panthers and this time, you need to, like, go start it exactly where that one finished, right? If at the end of the first quarter it's 10-0, then I think last game matters. If the Panthers are up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, then you get the Falcons going like, what did they know about us? Are we tipping pitches? Like, what is – we're down 40-0 in our last 5 quarters against these guys. But if the Falcons score on their first drive, last game doesn't matter at all. Even if it's a field goal, just anything, it's like, all right, this is a different game, and you move on. So that's the only instance where I think last game might matter is if you force them to think about it with how it starts. Last one here, just because I know so many of you want to know about Bryce Young. Dave Canales was asked, what did Bryce Young look like in practice this week?
Just perfectly like he always does. Get right back to work, attack the things that we can improve, and then attack the game plan and the plays that are coming in, how we're trying to deploy different things, and the timing of shifts and motions, all those details, that requires your full focus. And so just returning to work with that same type of focus and mentality has been his approach, and was that this week as well.
All right, do you want the serious answer to this question or my joke answer to this question?
I feel great about playing football right now.
My serious answer is that's what you're going to get from Dave Canales. You have to ask the question, but you already know the answer, right? Like, it's one of those deals. My joke answer is I don't believe what anybody says about Panthers practice unless I hear it from Nick Scorton. He is my official practice barometer for how the Carolina Panthers are practicing. I don't care what Dave Canales says about how Bryce looked. I need to know if Nick Scorton thinks he was lackadaisical or not. That's the only person I care about for practice reports. All right, that's number 4. Let's get to number 5. Number 2, let's get to number 1.
Go one! There's a chance Miller hands off Stankoven, scores! Oh, that's a Hall of Fame goal! What a setup all the way across the board. And Logan Stankoven's second point of the game.
I want to be clear on something. We set me up for failure with the numbers. We do the big 3 at 3 to start the show, and we go 1, 2, 3. Then we do the starting 5, and we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and?
Why couldn't we count them in the same direction?
I don't get what you're talking about.
We've set me up to look foolish.
Okay.
And I think I might have been the one that set it up, so that's old current me yelling at me from the past. Take that for what it's worth. Canes have 2 this weekend. Back-to-back, they play tonight at home versus Vancouver. They play tomorrow at home versus Edmonton, both at 7 p.m., both with a 6:30 Storm Watch. Both you can hear right here on 99.9 The Fan, as well as on the 99.9 The Fan app that you can download to your phone through the Google Play Store or App Store, depending on what type of phone you have. We encourage you to do so. Dennis, if-then statement time. If blank happens, actually, I need to make sure I have the most current spread on this one.
Canes should be favored in this one.
I would assume it's a 1.5, but I just want to make sure. It is. Where is it? Scroll.
You'll find it.
It's not where it normally is. Why would there not be a line on this? That's weird. All right, either way, we'll just go with win, money line. Very strange. Carolina Hurricanes hosting the Vancouver Canucks.
Canes are 1.5 goal favorites,
that's
minus
what I thought.
108.
That's very strange that my automatic page that I click on, it takes me to all the Canes betting stuff. Didn't have a spread. Either way, Carolina Hurricanes hosting Vancouver tonight. I need you to fill in the blank. If blank happens, then the Carolina Panthers will win and cover. Carolina Hurricanes will win and cover.
If the Hurricanes don't give up a power play goal today, they win and cover. That's been a weakness
I like
for
that
them
simple.
over the last about 10, 11 games. And a lot of that's a byproduct of all the injuries, especially on the blue line. When you're missing stalwarts on your penalty kill and just your defensive core, and Jalen Chatfield and obviously Jacob Slavin, those are two of your top 4 defensemen. Those guys being out they're a massive part of your penalty kill. And those guys being out is not a coincidence. Even time missed with Keandre Miller, who's part of your penalty kill units as well. That is something that has been adding up. Eric Robinson's part of that penalty kill unit. I know he's been back for a couple games, but still on the blue line, you've taken such a hit. The penalty kill really has taken a hit in my eyes.
I'm going to build off of yours for mine. If blank happens, then the Carolina Hurricanes win and cover. I just think they need to win the power play differential. If they give up one, they got to score 2, right? If they hold them scoreless, I think that because I don't think, I mean, obviously everything you said about the penalty kill is true, and that's why I'm agreeing with it and building off of it. But I also think they need to get the power play going, right? I also think 0 for 5, like they were against Washington, is not going to get it done, right? Especially if you're drawing penalties like that, you need to get out there and score some. So I'll give you the escape hatch. If you give up a power play goal, you can like it's like a Monopoly, right? You can either sit there and wait your 3 rounds and try to roll your way out of jail, or you could just give me $200 right now and you can get out immediately. It's if you want to get out of jail, you give up a power play goal, you just got to go score 2 power play goals to make up for it. If you win the difference in power play goals, I should say, then I think the Canes win. Do you have one for tomorrow? Edmonton, big game.
Oh, for Edmonton? Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, it's just Zach Hyman, I think, is going to be back for Edmonton, who's a big net front presence for them that plays usually on their top line with Connor McDavid. That's a massive get back for them. I think for them, it's stay out of the box, keep it 5-on-5.
I'm going with this. This was going to be one of my bold predictions, and we didn't get to it today, just ran out of time. I was going to hit you with Jarvis and Aho, outpoint McDavid and Draisaitl. If that happens,
then yeah, they win.
You win, and like if you don't, it could get away from you. You know what I mean? It's unlikely, whatever you call it, but I think it's important that your dudes show up.
Jack Roslovic revenge game tomorrow.
Do you know what we never phrase it as, and we should?
What's that?
The team against the player revenge game as well.
I guess.
This is the Canes revenge against Roslovic. That feels mean.
No, that's Miko ranting in when he comes back in town.
That feels mean saying it like that. Well, he's got Miko's watch. Do you think he still has the Rollie?
He has to.
You could sell that for a good amount of money.
He probably could.
He should wear the Rollie to the game. He should wear it into the Lenovo Center.
That would actually be funny.
Miko's Rollie. Suddenly he'll have Canes fans kind of cheering for him. Like, I hope we win. But you wore Mikko Rantanen's Rolex in, so I hope you play well. Like, just you individually. I hope the team loses by 6. That's funny. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. That is the starting 5 here on The Drive. Now it's time to grab some numbers game contestants. We need 2 contestants to play because it's your last chance to win tickets to see Train, the band, with Bare Naked Ladies and Matt Nathanson at Coastal Credit Union Music Park on July 16th. If you want to play the game, got to call in now. We need 2 contestants. Train tickets on the line. The band, concert. 919-860-5326. That's 919-860-5326 for your chance to compete in the numbers game and potentially win those concert tickets. Call in now. Numbers game next.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Vancouver.
Off the end board, Stanko setting it up for Blake. Oh, with the loose change, and he scores!
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6:30. Puck drop at 7.
Stankoven scores! Oh, that's a Hall of Fame goal! What a setup! A monster answer. For number 22, it's 5-4.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, it's Paul Ihander from 99.9 The Fan. You know, I love Thanksgiving, and there's no better place to take care of that meal than with my friends at the Butcher's Market. My favorite location knows me as soon as I walk in. I head on in there, check out that fresh meat case, then roll to the refrigerator case for some homemade pasta salad and mashed potatoes. Family dinner, Thanksgiving dinner done in one stop. The Butcher's Market, with 5 convenient Triangle locations. Trust them to make your Thanksgiving meal a winner. Do me a favor, check them out at thebutchersmarkets.com.
Holiday scratch-offs, what a gift. Didn't let some dream just for a bit. Ski trip, cruise ship, sports car, pristine yard, courtside seats, fancy meats. Holiday scratch-offs can't be beat.
Give the gift of what if from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.19 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Hey girl, haven't seen you downtown lately.
Nope, sticking to our go-to places.
You mean like Sharky's?
Well, we love our Sharkies. Best wings and gumbo on the planet. But we never miss the $5 sangrias on Wednesdays at the new Salt and Lime and Mexican pints on Thursdays for $3.
You know my boy loves the House of Hops. No better selection of craft beer in the state. Loves their specials, their food trucks, and you know I love my wine. They have a wonderful selection.
And have I told you about our new takeout spot, Che Empanadas? It's right next to Sharky's. They have 20 different types of authentic Argentinian empanadas, and they are incredible, especially the breakfast ones. You gotta try it.
Sounds perfect. And how awesome is it that they're so close to each other?
Oh, it's perfect, all right.
Give them a try. Che Empanadas, House of Hops, Salt and Lime, and Sharky's. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from each other off Durham Road, Glenwood, and Grove Barton.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. It is time to play the numbers game. We have Bear in Clayton and Sanford in Zebulon on the phone, which is kind of funny for this reason. I played football at the University of Delaware. In Delaware, there is both a town of Bear and a town of Clayton. And around here, obviously, there's a town of Sanford and a town of Zebulon. So your name and your location are just like neighbors to me when I see it. Like I don't know if I'm getting GPS coordinates or contestants here.
Matrix glitz.
Yeah, it's definitely like a deja vu moment. Either way, we're going to bring each of them onto the show individually. We will ask them the same question. Dennis, our producer and judge for today, will pick his favorite answer, and that person will get to go first, and we'll jump right into the numbers game from there. Again, the prize that is on the line, tickets to see Train, the band, with Bare Naked Ladies and Matt Nathanson. Bear and Clayton, we'll start with you. Bear, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bear, big weekend ahead. A lot of action in the sports world. What are you most looking forward to this weekend? And because we're a sports show, keep it sports related.
I'll have to go. My wife's a huge Dolphins fan, so we got early game on Sunday. So I do a little breakfast sliders and screwdrivers.
All right. It's a Spain game, right? It's not even like a traditional.
Yeah, Madrid. Yeah, Madrid, I believe.
All right. So Dolphins to start your day off. I wish you luck. Let's go to Sanford and Zebulon. Sanford, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sanford, same question to you. Big weekend, a lot of sports. What's the thing you're looking forward to most this weekend? And be sure, since we're a sports show, to keep it sports related.
Sure. I'm hoping to see the Pack get that upset over the Hurricanes.
All right. I got it. Pack is what you said. Pack. Gotcha.
Pack. Yep.
All right.
Pack.
I just had to make sure I knew which Hurricanes you were talking about. I was like, upsetting the Hurricanes isn't going to get you a pick from Dennis, unless it's the Miami Hurricanes. Then you might.
That's different.
Very different. So Pack upsetting Miami. All right. Well, Cam Ward used to play for him. That doesn't help me.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, which one are you going with, Dennis?
So there's actually a couple good options here. Because here's the thing about the early morning game for the NFL. It's like, yeah, you know what? Enjoy the game. They have the rest of the day. Go do whatever you want. So it's be nice this weekend. Get it out of the way. I actually appreciate that. But also,
you should try living in Hawaii.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
1 o'clock games, they're all at like 7 in the morning. You wake up, you eat your breakfast, you watch games, and you have the whole day.
Pancakes and football. I appreciate that. But also as well, you know me, I'm going to lean towards the local. So I'm going to go with Sanford in this one, leaning towards the local on this one. So I'm going to go Sanford and Zebulon.
Can't get much less local than the game in Madrid.
Yeah, right?
All right, so Sanford gets to go first. Bear, don't worry, you'll have your chance. Just have to sit on hold for a second. Sanford, are you ready to pick a category?
Yes, sir.
All right, the categories are NFL, oh my goodness. That's the name of the category. I get it now. All of their last names start with the letter O. It took me a second to figure out what that category meant. All of their last names, NFL players' last names start with the letter O. NFL players that are bilingual. We'll call them bilingual ballers. They all speak more than one language. NBA players that are all Europeans, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
Let's go with the NFL players with oh my goodness.
All right, all players whose last names start with the letter O. I will give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. 30 seconds on the clock. 1 pass if you need it. Any questions before we get started?
Yes, sir.
All right, your time will start when you hear the horn. Terrell Owens, San Francisco 49ers.
80.
Incorrect. Neil O'Donnell, Pittsburgh Steelers.
12.
Incorrect. Terrell Owens, San Francisco 49ers.
88.
Incorrect. Neil O'Donnell, Pittsburgh Steelers.
8.
Incorrect. Terrell Owens, San Francisco 49ers.
84.
Incorrect. Neil O'Donnell, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pass.
K. Dot and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
25.
I like the effort. I like that you kept firing. Not particularly close, so that's a 0. However, by way of going first, you do still have a chance because a tie goes to whoever goes first. So if we get double O first, you end up being the winner. For those of you playing at home, Terrell Owens, 81. Neil O'Donnell, 14. And right at the end there, K. Dotton, 88. Stay on the line. We'll see if it holds up. That brings us to our next contestant, Bear and Clayton. Bear, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, the categories remaining for you to choose from are NFL players that speak more than one language. We call them bilingual ballers. NBA players that are from Europe, all Europeans, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
NFL.
All right, NFL players that speak more than one language. I will give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. 30 seconds on the clock. 1 pass if you need it. You need at least 1 for the victory. Do you have any questions before we get started?
No.
All right, your time will start when you hear the horn. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions.
14.
Correct. Tony Gonzalez, Kansas City Chiefs.
88.
Correct. Matthew Judon, Baltimore Ravens.
9.
Incorrect. J.K. Dobbins, Denver Broncos.
27.
Correct. Pierre Garçon, Washington Redskins.
18.
Incorrect. Matt Judon, Baltimore Ravens.
52.
Incorrect. Pierre Garçon, Washington Redskins.
89.
Incorrect. Matthew Judon, Baltimore Ravens.
7.
No, 9 was, I know why you were going with 9. He wore 9 with the Patriots. With the Ravens, He wore 99 or 91. We would have accepted either of those. Pierre Garçon, 88 is what we were looking for. But that's plenty for the win. You only needed 1. You got 3. Congratulations.
All right, thanks.
Stay on the line, and Dennis will grab the info he needs to make sure you get your prize. And while you do that, I'll let you know what languages all those guys spoke. Amon-Ra St. Brown, if you watched Wide Receiver, I think it's a Netflix series, little documentary deal, he speaks German. His mom is like from Germany. He speaks like German to all her kids. It's kind of a cool deal there. Tony Gonzalez, Kansas City Chiefs, speaks Spanish. Matt Judon, Portuguese. J.K. Dobbins, Denver Broncos, who, by the way, has been ruled out this week. Hopefully a big week for R.J. Harvey, his backup. Spanish is the language that he speaks. And Pierre Garçon, my notes here tell me he speaks Haitian Creole. That's cool. I like unusual languages. Going back to the previous contestant, NFL, oh my goodness, players whose last name started with O, Terrell Owens. I have 2 Terrell Owens stories. One, A guy I used to work with interviewed Terrell Owens and called him Terrell. T.O. ended the interview. Now, I get it, right? Disrespectful. Got to know somebody's name. It's a big deal. I've never seen someone end an interview over it. Granted, I will say the guy that was doing the interviewing, he rubbed some people the wrong way. But apparently he said, my name is Terrell. And he said, I'm sorry. Or he said, my name is Terrell. And then the response was, okay, am I saying it wrong, Terrell? And he stood up and walked away. He was trying to learn. It was crazy. Secondly, I'll never forget that he wore 81 with San Francisco. Do you know why? Remember the show Cribs? Legendary show? Yeah.
Absolutely.
T.O. was on Cribs when he was with the Niners still. He had a Mercedes-Benz. And on the back of Benzos, they have like the, LX 800, M500.
Yeah, CE250, whatever it is.
He had custom, like the actual, it looked like a Mercedes, like number, like it was the same embossing or whatever you want to call it, that said TO81 on the back of his Mercedes. And he showed it off on Cribs. He said he was going to get a custom license plate, but then he wanted to do something more baller. So he got TO81 put where it normally has like the model of Mercedes, which was kind of cool. Little brash, but
why not?
His phrase was, I love me some me. Like that was his catchphrase. I don't think it's surprising that he was a little brash. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on real quickly, and I do want to tell you about Bailey's, just for our own receipts purposes, we have a little internal competition going on here. We did grab first goal scorer predictions from our 99.9 The Fan personalities for tomorrow's game. Paul Ihander went Jackson Blake first, called it a stick handling goal.
Mm-hmm.
Max from also next up in the morning, produces the show. Ehlers in the first on a power play. Adam Gold from the Adam Gold Show, you all know him. Gostisbehere in the first on a power play. Victoria, Taylor Hall in the second, but the first 10 minutes of the second period. Dennis, we need yours.
Okay, so this is tomorrow's game against Edmonton.
Edmonton, 7 p.m. puck drop, second half of a back-to-back after they play Vancouver today.
So I went Taylor Hall today, first period. Tomorrow, give me... I feel like it's going to be someone, quote-unquote, down in the lineup. You know what? Give me Joel Nystrom.
They don't. Ooh,
give me Joel Nystrom. First career goal tomorrow. First period. Give me Nystrom first period tomorrow.
All right. I mean, if it hits, buy a lotto ticket.
I should.
I was about to say the Canes don't number their lines. It's not down in the lineup. Then you said Nystrom, and I went, oh no, okay, it's a little down in the lineup. I'm going with Aho in the first. And you ready for this detail? It's within a minute of a McDavid or Draisaitl opening goal. They score. Boom with the answer, Sebastian Aho. That's the way I'm looking for it. I hope that Mike Maniscalco hits a boom too. Just boom, tough acting, Tinactin, like John Madden back in the day. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, Tim Donnelly here for Bailey's Fine Jewelry. You know what time it is? Maybe not, because you don't have a watch. So you should go to Bailey's Fine Jewelry. It's like sell me this pen from the Leo movie. Well, all right, give me the pen. Write your name. Bet you need a pen. Sold it to you. What time is it? Go buy a watch. No, actually, what you're doing when you're buying a watch from Bailey's Fine Jewelry is much, much more than just buying a piece of equipment that can tell you the time. You're buying a piece of fashion. You're buying a piece of history. You're buying an icon in many cases. If you grab yourself a pre-owned and vintage Cartier tank, that's a fashion accessory that turns heads. If you're buying a Rolex Explorer with a rare dial face, with a rare face, that's not something that's just, I check it to tell the time. That's something to let everybody know what kind of business you're on. Right? I talk about using my watch to kind of set the tone for the day. On a Friday, I'm going to throw a little color on it. I have a red G-Shock on right now, which, by the way, G-Shock, super durable. You can get them at Bailey's Fine Jewelry, Village District location, inside the Fox and Bailey watch shop. But you throw a little red on your wrist on a Friday. You're having a party. Maybe a Wednesday, you're grinding. You put the business watch on. Put a little dress watch. Maybe you get a tool watch, military-inspired watch on a day where you're going to be working a double shift. Whatever it is, they have it at Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Tell them what you're looking for. They'll find it perfectly. From the luxury of the luxurious watches all the way to something like a G-Shock, something durable that you can wear while you're doing yard work. The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9. The Fan is where you heard about it. Make sure you let them know and stop by. Again, Bailey's Fine Jewelry, Village District location in Raleigh. We have to make some picks before we send you into the weekend, and we'll do just that coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
You also have to wonder if we'll see the warm, fuzzy feelings that we've had all season long between Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin evaporate as well. And Aaron Rodgers has been the consummate professional so far in Pittsburgh. He's done everything that Mike Tomlin has asked. He's become one of the guys. He has not made it about him. But if this continues, will we see things start to flare up in that way in Pittsburgh?
Mornings from 6 to 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
It's bow time. Fumble in the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's bow time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's bow time.
Think Santa's got a mixed bag of treats? Soundstation and Security may have him beat. Soundstation and Security has a huge variety of gift ideas for everything audio and automotive. Car audio, car video, home theater, wheels and tires. We even offer full vehicle service, alignments, inspection, oil changes, window tinting, and custom exhaust. These are great unique gift ideas. Plus, Soundstation and Security has a variety of financing options. Downtown Smithfield or on Glenwood Avenue in Raleigh. And online at myhotsound.com.
I am here with Patrick Day of the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I'm on your website. Gutter helmets right on the front of the website. Do you have a gutter helmet to fit my head? I have a small head.
We have a gutter helmet for every head, Adam. So anyhow, if you give us a call, we'll come out and take a look at your windows, doors, siding, roofing, gutters, and of course we can do the gutter helmet. We have financing programs that are really good. So we have like 12 months with zero payments for 12 months. You don't have to pay anything. So if you're thinking about home improvements and you're thinking you're saving up for it, just come on and see us and we'll go ahead and get you set up and get your project done, and you can pay in 12 months from now.
I feel like you're speaking directly to me. If it's for the exterior of your home, there is no better place than the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. You can find them online, aluminumcompany.com. Siding, roofing, windows, entry doors, storm doors, and the world-famous gutter helmets. Aluminum Company of North Carolina, 1-800-672-4348.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully it's a good one for you. Stacked weekend of sports from the Triangle. I'm looking forward to it. But we can't get to the weekend. We can't get to the games until we make our picks. We do it every Friday about this time. This Friday, no different. So, Dennis, take it away.
Let's go right to tonight's action.
Why not?
We have Canes hockey right here on The Fan. Puck dropping is in about an hour and 15 minutes. Give me Canes, Vancouver Canucks tonight. Canes 1.5 goal favorites.
Yeah, I think the Canes win. I think it's going to be a business-like early part of the game, kind of little extra focus after the Washington game a handful of nights ago. So, you know, they get a 2-goal lead either late first or early second period, and they just kind of keep them at arm's distance the entire game, and we'll call it 4-2 victory. Maybe 5-2 with an empty netter, 4-2 of the real goals.
I'm going 5-3, a little bit more high scoring tonight. I'm going to go 5-3 tonight.
I did see the over-under's like 6.5, so we're kind of right around it.
All right, other games that we have going on this evening. we're just going to go straight through the dates of when things actually happen. It's also 7 o'clock tonight. This one at Cameron Indoor Stadium. You can listen to this over on Buzz Sports Radio. Indiana State at the Blue Devils taking on Duke.
Yeah, I mean, the Duke's going to win by a bundle. That's how it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing Duke hit their they schedule aggressively in the non-conference. That doesn't mean every game they play is going to be a powerhouse, right? They're still going to work in their bye games, their expected big victories. But yeah, this they'll win by a bunch. They're too talented not to. So I mean, picking a score, John Shire, what do you want it to be? It's
true.
It's kind of what it is there. I would like to see them maybe not settle for so many threes early on, but I'm super nitpicky there. Like, if they're making the threes, who cares?
I actually want to see if there is an actual spread on this game. Duke is favored by 38.5.
That's again, I talk about it all the time. That's a choice. Like, if you're ahead by 34, whether you win by 40 or 36 is just what is the coach choosing to do? Are you standing guys up and down? Is Darren Harris off the bench a flamethrower like he was against Army, or are you asking the second unit to chill a little bit? So, I won't be betting on the game, but I expect Duke to win by a bunch.
All right, also game we have in action tonight, 9 o'clock tip-off. UNC basketball at home taking on North Carolina Central. It's a little local matchup here. UNC favored by 34.5 at the Dean Dome.
Similar thing there. NC Central played someone else in the triangle, right? Am I making
NC State.
Oh, there you go. Did you just say that? Was I spaced?
No, you're
okay. Good. Yeah, I mean, NC Central knows what they're doing, right? They're probably getting some nice checks to go and likely lose some games. And this one will not be different. I expect UNC to win by a bunch.
For Duke and Carolina, real quick, who leads their team in scoring tonight? Each of those teams.
Ooh.
Well, a little different thing for making picks here. Who leads the team in scoring tonight for each team?
For UNC, I'll go Caleb Wilson.
Okay, it's an easy one.
He didn't last game.
That's true, he did not.
And I think that's part of the reason why he will this game. For Duke, yeah, probably Cameron Boozer. I think he'll settle in. And actually, I think what's going to become super obvious is his rebounding ability as well. We saw it in the exhibition, 23 and 24, something like that, something crazy. I'm not saying he's going to go for 20 and 20, but if you told me he was 15 and 15, I wouldn't, depending on how much they play that top unit and how early on it's a blowout. But I think Cameron Boozer is going to have one of those Cameron Boozer games.
All right. NC State at number 15, Miami. We're going to go to Saturday. We're going to college football. This game you can listen to our sister station, Mix 101.5. Miami at home. The Hurricanes are favored by 14.5 points against the Wolfpack.
This is what does Vegas know that I don't. Every game for NC State is because they played Georgia Tech and they were a 4.5 point underdog.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're playing the number 8 team in the country. How is it just 4.5? Like, I like NC State, but that doesn't feel big enough. And then NC State won it outright. And it's like, all right, Vegas knew something. Now, 14.5 feels gigantic. I'm going, they just beat the number 8 team in the country. They're now 14.5 point. That feels huge.
Don't say they're daring you to take State.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think Vegas knows something that we don't. I don't think I can talk myself into taking. No, actually, they're daring me. To take Miami. Am I doing this right?
I think they're daring you to take NC State with the points.
Yes, with the points, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to take NC State, is what I'm saying. Like, it's 14.5. How do I pass on that? But I don't like that they want me to take it. So with my own money, I will refrain because I don't like picks that smell fishy, and this one just smells wrong. So I won't bet on it with my own money, but I will here in making our picks. Give me NC State to cover, not to win, but to cover.
Okay, next one, also a 3:30 kick. So again, you can listen to NC State football on Mix 101.5, our sister station. At the same time, you can listen over on Buzz Sports Radio when Duke football is at home taking on Virginia. Also a 3:30 kickoff. Duke 4.5 point favorites at home.
Yeah, I think Duke wins. I think, unfortunately, it may have taken that UConn game to lock them in a bit. And it could, just trap game, right? They've been looking to this game for 2 weeks, maybe. The reason they lost to UConn is because they were so prepared for Virginia, is one of the common refrains out there. it's an interesting game. I think Virginia is leaking oil a little bit. I think catching them maybe a month and a half ago was a different team than you're catching now. So give me Duke to keep the hopes alive. ACC championship still a possibility.
Okay, they cover though. 4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I win by 7 to 10.
All right. 4:30 kickoff. Wake Forest at home against North Carolina. Wake Forest at home, 5.5-point favorites over the Heels.
I'm taking the under,
which is 38.5.
Yeesh.
Yeah, which
I'm still taking the under.
I'm still taking the under.
Yeah. 20-17 hits the under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky if one team hits 20.
What'd you say? 4.5, 5.5? What's the spread?
5.5.
5.5? Yeah. Give me UNC. I just don't think either team wins by 5.5. I think it's going to be a 3-point game, and it's going to feel like 14, but it's 3. You know
UNC
what I mean?
outright? You're taking Wake outright.
I have a lot of if-then statements, but yeah, give me UNC. Bill Belichick's got him rolling, everybody. So does Jake Dickert, but just to keep it spicy, give me a 3-game win streak for the Tar Heels.
Okay, there it is. All right, so that's Saturday. Let's actually go Saturday night at the Lenovo Center. You can listen to this right here on 99.9 The Fan. Tomorrow night, the Canes take on the Edmonton Oilers. By the way, Jack Roslovic, revenge game. He has 5 goals and 7 assists so far this season for the Oilers.
Yep. This is one, I don't think the Canes win unless they get a star performance. Unless they get 2 goals from somebody, 200-foot rush from somebody weaving through. They need to get a superstar performance from one of their handful of guys that's capable of that, whether it's Jarvis, Aho, heck, Nikishin, Ehlers, somebody. Will they? It's hard to know. Second half of a back-to-back, really good team. My brain is telling me Edmonton.
Okay.
So I'll stick with the old noggin and go Edmonton 4-3.
Okay.
I don't like it, but it's what my brain is telling me.
I think Canes take both.
I hope you're right.
Give me the Canes take both. But I think they're both high-scoring type games. Similar to what the second game of the back-to-back that we saw the Canes go on the road and play Toronto the day after they played Buffalo. Now,
Down
granted,
2, flying back.
Yeah, which they controlled that game. But nonetheless, had to kind of climb their way back into it, though, just because of a couple bounces, whatever it might be. But yeah, give me the Canes win this one 5-4 as well on Saturday.
I hope you're right.
I also hope that I'm right.
Actually, I don't. The only thing I hope you're right about is the both wins.
Well, yeah.
I don't care if it's 1-0. Piotr tonight, I assume that means Freddie tomorrow.
I would assume so.
Brandon Bussey was at Morning Skate, but all 3 of them were, so do what you want with that. But Pyotr Kochetkov expected to be in net tonight, 7 o'clock puck drop against Vancouver.
All right, I'm going to go to a couple NFL games before we get to the Panthers here. So let's go Sunday. Actually, a game Sunday you can listen to right here on 99.9 The Fan. Bucks at Bills. Buffalo 5.5-point favorites at home. Both with a record of 6-3. This actually has a sneaky important game to the Panthers. The reason why I bring this one up. Bucks at Bills. 5.5-point favorite of the Buffalo Bills at home.
If the Panthers win and the Bucks lose, are they tied in both win and loss column?
No,
just
they'd
win?
still be one back in the loss column, but they both be at 6 wins.
I think I have to take the Bucks.
Okay.
The Bills haven't really beaten anybody. Have they beaten anyone with a winning record? I'm not sure if they have.
Panthers.
They don't have a winning record.
That's true. They don't.
They beat the Ravens, which was more impressive at the time.
Chiefs have a 5-4 record. So there you go.
Okay, they're above 500, barely. You would have thought those games were really good. Give me the Bucks.
All right, final one here. The Carolina Panthers. You can listen to this over on Mix 101.5. Panthers on the road at the Falcons. Falcons 3.5-point favorites.
200 yards rushing from Rico Dowdle. They win. Panthers win.
200 yards rushing.
200
from
yards
Rico?
rushing from Rico Dowdle. 2 separate 40-yard touchdown runs. What are you going with?
Give me the Dirty Birds in this one. 27-17.
All right, that does it for us here on The Drive. Overdrive coming up next. We'll talk more Panthers. We'll see you on Monday.
Adam.
I'm Adam Gold, and I'm there.
Tim.
I'm Tim Donnelly, and I'm there.
Dennis.
I'm Dennis Cox, and I'm there.
Victoria.
I'm Victoria Bodenecker, and I'm there.
Paul.
I'm Paul Eihander, and I'm there too.
You'll find them all here on the brand new 99.9 The Fan app. To work, to school, the beach, the mountains, the arena, take The Fan with you wherever you go. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
The Black Friday sales event is on at John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington. Right now, you could get 0% financing for 60 months on a new 2026 Ram 1500. Or even better, 0% for 72 months on a new 2025 Ram 1500. Or take advantage of 20% off any new Ram 1500 in stock. See dealer for details. In other words, it is time to get off your keister and get to John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader. 6 o'clock. Time to shift into overdrive. All highlights, no filler. As we run it back from the drive with Tim Donnelly.
In the meantime, what do you want to see from the Kings? I'm going to be greedy this week.
Okay.
Sometimes you treat yourself, right? I'm going to indulge. I'm going to ask for something very un-Canes-like from the Canes. Because I think we know what the strength of the Canes, and actually, if you haven't done so yet, it's a bit of a fluff piece, but I found it interesting. The Canes Behind the Storm. The team puts out a YouTube little behind-the-scenes deal produced by the team. So, as I call it, state-owned propaganda. When anytime a team puts out like their own version of Hard Knocks, and it's like, well, if you get to approve and decide everything that goes in, I'm sure we're not getting the full story. We're getting the good story. But it's all about the culture in Carolina. That's the one they just put out. It's like 14 minutes of Jordan Stahl, Sebastian Aho, and Rod Brindamore talking about how everybody does the little things. But it's still fun. You see some cool behind-the-scenes stuff. I know what the strength of Canes culture is, right? It's depth, it's sacrifice, it's working hard, it's everyone's willing to do the little things, everyone's willing to do the dirty work. Everybody's willing to put their body on the line and on and on and on. In the postseason, particular, I do think sometimes you need the star. Right? Sometimes to win a 7-game series against another team that also has a full roster that they depend on and that also are willing to sacrifice and that also work hard. When you need to win that 7-game series, sometimes you need a guy that wins a game darn near by himself. Right? Takes a 1-goal loss to a 1-goal victory with just Herculean efforts of individual performance. I want a star performance this weekend. I've got a few that I would like it to be from, but I'm not going to be picky. I want a star performance. I want a game that we can reference 6 months from now with a feat, and we'll know what we're talking about. Remember that game? What was it? Remember the game Stahl had 2 goals in the first 4 minutes? Remember the hat trick from Aho? Remember that game that Svech did the lacrosse goal? Remember that game? Like, I want the remember that game where you don't have to say it was against Vancouver, it was a Friday, and you have to give like all the it was early in the season. No, remember that game, and I want it to be labeled there. It's maybe like a side quest, right? Because obviously, if we all just boiled down what we really want, what do we want to see from the Canes? 2 wins. But we're being more specific than that, right? I want a star performance. You have Quinn Hughes, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. They're coming into your arena, your house this weekend. Who's going to match that star energy? Right? You know what they're trying to do. Who's going to match that? And like I said, there are those I'd like it to be, right? The Ahos, the Jarvises. But if the new guy, if Ehlers wants to go crazy, go for it. If one of the young guys, if Jackson Blake wants to score a couple quick stick handle, make a guy fall, score a goal, like, I'm cool with it. Alexander Nikishin, how much do you want to announce your presence with Leon Draisaitl in the area? Like, if you want to go do it, go do it.